All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Banks. Another Tuesday, knocking it out. AI, what's cracking, bro?
What's up? What's up? How are you doing, man?
How's your week?
It was awesome. We just watched those fireworks, and they were amazing. That was an experience, and it's right. I've experienced a lot of fireworks shows. You know, Disney puts them on. I've been to.
Yeah, they put them on every night over there.
Yeah, they put them on a lot, and so they do a huge performance even still. And those fireworks, the WBN fireworks, like that, Cincinnati goes hard, man. That's all I gotta say. Goes hard. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the building that we were in, or because we were in the old Bar Louie. We got a chance to watch it on the patio out there.
Yes.
And that was incredible, man. I felt like I was in the final scene of Fight Club, where it was like an abandoned building, and you're just like watching all the buildings explode and all that stuff, man. Yeah. It was cool. Yeah. All right, man. So I'm excited about today because I've got a good friend of mine on the podcast, and I've been friends with you since you've been hustling mint flyers, bro. So you've been grinding a long time.
You were around in the misled sticker days.
That's
how we met.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's actually that's a good way to start the intro, man. So ladies and gentlemen, it's. He's got a bunch of different names. Misled was his original because he had an entire BMX skate line behind his identity, which was super cool, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Gary Faulkner, what's going on, bro? How are you, man?
Good, man. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and you're on Facebook right now, so say hi to all your Facebook friends that can't say hi to you, bro.
What's up? What's up, y'all? I'm in Facebook jail again. Imagine that.
Man, it's crazy, bro. So I mean, honestly, I feel like as soon as you get out, they put you back in for something.
Man, I was good for 5 or 6 months, actually. I was kind of surprised. But no, you there's trigger words that you can't say.
Oh yeah.
And I just jokingly had woke up in the morning and responded to a friend talking about I'll karate chop you in the face jokingly, and boom, flagged immediately for violence.
Yeah, I told somebody I'd shoot him in their pinky toe quick from Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
And I got flagged for that.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They you got to really honestly just watch what you post anymore, because 30 days seems like 100 when you can't post anything.
Oh, for real.
For sure.
They I just saw Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan's podcast. Did you watch that by chance?
No, he was on there recently.
Yeah, recently. It was kind of interesting, man, because Joe Rogan was trying to pick his brain and figure out he was asking the questions that we want to ask, why
are
makes
you a robot? Why do you look like you're
what stuff how do you get put into the algorithm and how stuff gets taken out? And he goes, if it gets an angry then we don't count that as anything. So it has to be likes, and then if you say congratulations over and over again, then it gets put to the top of the feed. So it's congrats type things, which makes sense, because every time I've said something like that, it's I get a ton of response. Yep. You know what I mean? But
celebratory stuff is what people want to see.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. And that's he's we're just trying to combat violence, and if we can stop that, he's how do you stop that without having people visually check everything, which I understand, you know what I mean, but at the same time,
well, I don't believe most of that, because I can tell you numerous amount of times I've been flagged for something that were posted on way bigger pages that are way more violent, way more XXX, whatever it may be, and the original post is still up, but I got flagged for it. So it's how can
oh wow, they're just picking through the comments.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Well, it's I mean, because the internet, it's not some dude sitting down there, fact checking you. It's a computer looking for the keywords, you said.
Trigger words.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so when you're posting online, it doesn't matter if it's a comment, it doesn't matter if it's a caption in a photo, it doesn't matter if it's text. That computer's picking it up instantly, and they've got a long list of words.
But they do have.
But
people,
audio is affected as well, because now we're at the point where, I mean, videos get flagged all the time. We see them because someone played a song in the background of our podcast. And then literally because a song is played in the background of a podcast, Facebook has that, it's reading that music. So even on that level, you can't get away. Right. Yeah. You can't get away either, whether it's words that is gonna be considered, potentially endangering people or whatever the case may be. But even though it may be joking, the computer doesn't care if it's joking.
Well, it doesn't see that type of aspect.
Exactly. It's not looking at it. Will maybe one day.
I was at the Willie Nelson concert in town a few weeks ago. So going live, watching a Willie Nelson concert, getting flagged by Facebook for copyright saying, are you the artist? Like, no.
Oh, wow.
I'm doing a
I'm
live video
watching
of the actual artist.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
wild.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. You know what's crazy is, so they actually, like, they'll just delete, like, the minute and a half of sound. So, like, they'll leave the video up, but they'll be like, from this time to this time, it's going to be muted.
Yeah.
Which is, it is what it is. Most time it was like our intro video or something.
What would be cool? Here's a little my idea. All right, what happens if they could do that same kind of thing where because they are flagging the video because the song is being used in the video. What if they were to send people like, hey, you can let this video live for 5 cents? And then they take that 5 cents and they send it to the artist. They distribute it, whatever. But it goes to the artist, a majority, 30%, whatever.
Right.
Or 50%, whatever the case may be. You give them 50%, the other 50 is split with the record label, whatever. But you give the artist, the person that's posting the video, the option to pay 5 cents to keep it up.
Right.
But that quarter or that penny or that nickel or whatever cent you decide, it could be a quarter, whatever. But like it's attached to, because everything's attached. Our cards are attached to our phones now. It's like at that level. So with that opportunity, because people that are posting that stuff are usually tech-savvy people.
Right.
Right? So they get 5 cents per every artist or 25 cents or whatever you want to do, if that seems low. But like
that's a great idea. I feel like there's gray lines with that, though. Like if people are like singing, a Willie Nelson song.
Well, it's kind of I look at it like this. So you know Kazam, where like you can like read the song in the room at like bars and see what song it is. Basically, that same concept would be taken in the video, because that's how they're reading it anyways, because of the sound scan, pretty much, because every song is tagged with a unique barcode, essentially. So, like, it's just audio.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I feel like it would make more sense to find a way for people to make money to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and pay the artist 5 cents. And the person that wants to have the video up, they're like, dude, go right through my Facebook wallet or go through my wallet, whatever, it doesn't matter, and take the quarter, because I want this video up. That's me and my best friends.
Right.
Like, and if you do, and some people might turn it down, like, no, they'll flag the video, it's gone. But give the opportunity to give them the artist paid and then everyone's covered. And that's a quick solution. And
I mean, that's also a way for Facebook to make an extra 2.5 cents on every single video, bro.
Right. Because I know that they're losing shares. I know that their business and their platform has dropped immensely.
Yeah, when it comes to social media, it's tough, man, to try to stay on top with everybody that comes out with these different things. And I know Instagram, like, I'm worried about it right now. We lost 8 followers today. And it's not much, but, when we're at 13,000 followers, we're at 12 or 13? 12. So
we're working towards 13.
Yeah, but, it fluctuates, and, like, we keep losing followers every day. And it's like we don't have bots. It's not like I bought any.
Right.
But, like, I've noticed, like Peter McKinnon is one of the YouTubers that I follow. And he has he has the actual dates of like how many followers he gets every single day.
Yeah.
And at one point it just dropped, and now he loses 400 followers a day.
Yeah.
Facebook is deleting accounts too. So accounts that are dormant or there's a lot of fake
I'm
accounts
cool
come
with
through.
that though. Like if you're deleting like Facebook friends of mine that deleted their account, then I'm cool with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I think there are fake accounts that are made for like marketing
100%.
schemes. And
For
I think
sure.
the accounts are getting deleted through Instagram, which drops in the followers. Because I notice it happens to me. I'll get all these followers, and then I'll notice my followers just fall back down because Facebook is caught up to that fake account.
Yeah.
So it's just they're filtering out the fake accounts. That's been a big mission for them for the last 2 years. They're like, they want authenticity because they're going the wave in the line of like, hey, this might be. We're crap. We're not gonna use Instagram because nothing's real. When TikTok's over there being totally legit.
Yeah.
So
then
like,
you got Twitter going in the opposite direction.
Well,
Man,
Twitter's
seriously.
where the athletes are, though.
Yeah.
So as long as the athletes stay on Twitter, Twitter has always going to be.
They've got all the celebrities too.
Yeah.
Celebrities like to just post and ghost on Twitter, man,
Yeah.
and then it just filters over to everything else.
Did you hear the number they said? Like, they said the current president had like 20 million fake accounts on his Twitter.
Oh, really?
Did you hear that? Like half of his like 40 million were supposedly
his
bots.
followers.
Yes.
Followers. Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
That's not far fetched to me though.
But that makes me like Elon Musk that much more, because I feel like he made a fake attempt to kind of look into Twitter, like he pretended like he was serious and wanted to buy it, and he could buy it. He can afford it. And he basically found a way to get them to expose themselves to what the
Dude, I think you're totally right, man. Because 44 billion, I think, is what he offered, right? It was something crazy.
Yeah.
44 million.
No, it was billion.
Yeah,
It's billion.
And dude, I totally agree. I think Elon Musk is on another level, man. I think him knocking out all these kids like he's doing too is something where he's trying to procreate Mars, bro. Like he's going to be the bus driver, right? Like
how many kids does he have now?
I think it's at 10.
He's got 10 kids,
and a bunch of them are twins.
Yeah.
So I don't know like what he's taking, what he's doing, but like I feel like he's just inseminating different women so that he can have different versions of Elon Musk's. I mean,
in the future, yeah.
Bro. If you're gonna colonize Mars, why wouldn't you do it with a half a dozen of your own kids?
Right.
Right. So then
I mean, he can afford them. So.
Right.
Or if he's if he doesn't feel like messing with them, he can just hire somebody else.
For sure.
But
bro.
I feel like he lives very modest based on some stuff I'm seeing that his mom posts. Like he doesn't live in like some mega baller mansion anymore. He lives in like a regular like tiny house because he's never there.
Yeah. He sleeps on the couch at Tesla or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you see that he's got he's starting up another company called Boxable?
I heard of that.
And it's $10,000 homes, bro.
Yeah.
And it's basically like apparently one of the biggest troubles for these tiny homes or whatever it is the shipping that gets involved, trying to get it to the location. So he's got these homes that fold up like an actual box do, and they it's only like
it's like a reinforced box that's livable.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty nice inside. I mean thinking about somebody like Elon Musk who's very like architectural anyways. Like the place is pretty dope for being, I think it's only like 500 square feet or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, and it's $10,000, comes with the Tesla solar panels, with the battery, the whole nine. I'm like, all right, dude, I see where he's going with this.
Teslas, they're on a whole nother level themselves. I mean, they're making like not just solar panel stuff, but they're making like actual shingles now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a game changer.
Yeah, and it's the technology behind it. I don't even understand it all the way yet, but
is that something? Would you have to be like I'm sure
you have to be certified and learn
but is
the
that
system. Yeah.
Is that going to be because they don't like Tesla doesn't let outside companies work on Teslas, right?
Correct. They're kind of like
in-house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing some guy that wanted to. He bought a totaled Tesla and needed to get a key replacement for it, and called Tesla, and they said this car has been totaled. We're not sending you anything.
Yeah, they don't. They're part of like the atmosphere that in the future they want to make it to where all cars are kind of like that, where only the manufacturer and the place that built it can work on it. They don't want people to like
modify it. And
they don't want people to work on cars in the future themselves. Right. They don't want people to have hot rods, classic cars, stuff like that. They're going to all be in like museums.
Right. I mean, that's crazy to think, man. I ordered the Cybertruck maybe 2 years ago, and now I just read that they're stopping anybody that wants to order them, and production is it's not halted, but if you're trying to get a Tesla today, it's not going to happen until 2027.
Yeah,
which is insane, man. I know he's working hard. He's down there in Texas or whatever, trying to get that company up, but. It's like, man, I was excited to try to get this thing because they were saying like early 2022 is when they're going to start releasing and stuff.
Yeah, I know he moved his entire business from California to Texas, right?
Like Austin, Texas, I think.
During COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said that's it, fucking them out.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
And I think it was over the taxes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I feel like everything he's done so far has ended up, living way above anyone's expectations. I feel like I hear a lot of people try to like clown the guy and talk down on him. I'm like, he's very intelligent.
Everyone hopes he fails, which blows my mind, man.
Yeah, I mean, look at what he's done that all the people at NASA couldn't do.
Right. They're coming to him for advice.
They
dude.
don't understand that.
Right. The fact that he has that whatever part of the capsule that actually comes back and lands. Like, bro, the fact that we've been blowing those things up or letting them just disintegrate or dissolve in the ocean, like, it makes zero sense, man.
Yeah, at the least you would want it back to study it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, dude. And, Something else about Elon Musk, man. Did you know, like his father? Did you hear everything going on with his father too? His father's trying to get a bunch of people pregnant. He's like 70 something years old.
I don't think I heard that, but it sounds like my grandpa, who's 90. So I'm not
dude, your
surprised.
grandpa's the whip, dude. Your grandpa's awesome, man. I love seeing those photos of you guys hanging out, man.
Yeah, he's 90. And,
is he really?
Yeah, he's 90.
He looks good for 90, bro.
And he's the key to life right there. He's why you never stop sitting, or why you don't sit around. You keep moving.
Is that his advice?
Yes.
No shit. I saw one old lady. She hit 100 and she said bacon.
Bacon.
She said, "I
he
eat
eats
bacon."
a lot of bacon.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he eats a lot of bacon.
She said the same thing. He's in shape. He's in shape though. He's not overweight. He's a good-looking dude, man.
Yeah, he's bored. So if you know anyone near his age that wants to go on a date, let me know. We'll set him up with Jack.
Oh, that's
his name's
hilarious,
Jack
man.
Reagan.
Oh shit! I'm sure he doesn't need anyone his age either, man. You got a bunch of girls around you that probably would love to take him out and just let him have a good time, man.
Yeah, he's like the guy that you take to any venue or restaurant, and he's already made friends with half the girls in the room.
Oh, that's awesome.
You look over
man.
and he's like hugging on people's wives, half of his age, and like the men are always just usually laughing because my grandpa's like finds a way to make everyone laugh.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can tell by the photos. He's like exudes
though.
Life.
No, yeah. He like goes around and sings to people's kids while they're eating dinner or lunch.
That's awesome, dude.
So, yeah.
So when it comes to the roofing stuff, man, I got to be honest, man. This Gareyu Does Roof thing is such an easy like hashtag, and it's so it's going to be a commercial. Right,
Yeah.
that's how good it is. It's got this own like being where you can just start doing this. Gareyu Does Roofs, like where it could be a catchphrase, like, man, we need our roof done. Well, Gareyu Does Roofs.
It's so, for me, it's just been such a blessing as far as making my network actually work that I have.
For sure, dude.
Because I get 99% of all my own leads. And then...
I mean, you've been grinding a long time at everything, man. Like we were talking earlier about the misled stuff. I used to work for Scott's Lawn Service, and we had a Scott's truck that pulled in one day. You're going to love this, bro. I wanted to wait until you got back here.
Okay, yeah.
So,
just made a quick sale there, We're open. We're open right at the levee, man. Come down.
So
make sure you tell all the story, locations and everything.
Yeah. I don't so I don't know the back half. I know. Here's what I do know. I know that one of the Scott's trucks was illegally at somebody's house because he took it home for the night.
Yeah.
These things were supposed to bring him back to the shop, and they were supposed to lock him up at 5. Yeah. But he was an old dude named Steve Gibson. It was his truck, and he likes getting out at like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of like the horticultural stuff. So we'll go out there and spray the trees down and everything. Yeah. And he didn't want to get to work in the morning because they didn't open the doors until 6. And then we would all get there. But he wanted to be out on the road at 5 a.m. He wanted to knock it all out by noon. So he would take the van home. It wasn't one of those real nice, like, centipede-looking trucks. It was the old van. And he brings it in one day, dude. And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, why? What's wrong? He's like, look at the side of the truck. And the whole Scott's logo has green misled stickers all slapped in the green, bro. Like he did it like it was artistic the way you did it. Like the red was matching the red and the green was matching the green. And there must have been honestly 60 to 70 stickers on the side of that Scott's truck, bro. And it was like that was the first time, like, because I knew of you like through like the BMX stuff, but I didn't know you personally.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, I like this guy, dude. Like, he just did something like Scott's like Steve can't say anything, right? Because he took the truck home. And so Scott's can't, like, my manager can't be like, hey, we've got to file a police report because, one of our employees was taking the truck home overnight.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, it was the perfect crime, dude.
Yeah.
It was the perfect sticker crime.
That's actually
loophole, bro.
That's a good story, and it's true, but that's not the story I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Was it? I don't know if it was. It was one of the turbo. They're like the little turbo diesel box trucks with the tanks in it. You drove
the
one,
little
right?
centipede looking one.
Yeah, you had one, didn't you?
For sure.
Was it yours that I filled up with honeysuckle branches?
No,
Okay,
no.
so-
I didn't know anything about that one.
This is great. 'Cause
Oh,
this would have
okay.
been your area too.
It's probably Steve's car again, but he probably didn't tell anybody. He's like, strike two. Damn, bro.
Bro, we were somewhere riding BMX, and we had been out like filming in Kentucky, and for whatever reason, we had this will tie this all together. We stopped by Bobby Mackey's. Remember the Ghost Hunter show?
Oh,
they
yeah.
did? I put one of my misled stickers on the window, and guess what? It's in every episode of that Ghost Hunter segment, and people send it to me still.
Oh, that's the shit, dude.
Yeah, but when we left, like, you know, we used to tag our stickers everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I wouldn't like spray paint a bunch of random people's stuff and tear it up, but I would definitely put my sticker everywhere because you can peel it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But we went next door. You know what's next door?
The strip club.
Yeah, the
Playpen.
Playpen.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Scott's turbo diesel truck in the parking lot.
Yep, that's Steve Gibson, probably.
And it was when I still worked for Scott's, and I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, whoever's truck this is, I was like, the doors are all unlocked. So we went over to the woods, and I worked for Scott's at the same time, but I worked in the Sharonville location, so not that one, but I knew it was somebody I worked with.
Right.
So we filled up his entire truck, like up where the seats are, the cabs, filled the whole thing with honeysuckle. The whole, you couldn't, like, you know those branches that grow like, they're like small bushes and trees,
Yeah.
honeysuckle, you know? We filled the whole damn truck up with them. They were sticking out the windows everywhere. He probably spent 20 minutes just getting the shit out of his van.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
But honestly, I never knew whose it was. So
I need to give Steve a call because there's a good chance that it was him over there at the
It was
strip
probably
club.
Steve's. He's probably like, damn, first the stickers, now this. It just ended
I
up being the
definitely
same
can't tell
guy.
anybody this time, yeah, because I never heard that story, and I'm sure no one else had. The only person that knows that story is whoever got busted at the Playpen with their
Yeah.
truck.
Well, he didn't get busted though. I
He
mean,
he
just got fucked with.
I'm assuming that he probably assumes that it was like somebody at Scott's that saw that and was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck with him for sure.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude. But yeah, man, so that was the first time that I actually got a chance to like not physically, but like to see like the misled movement that you were doing.
Yeah, and then but here's the thing. I tell people, I'm like, once you see the sticker, you're gonna notice them everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I mean,
It's genius, bro. Like that's the same thing that we were doing with clothing is like just one logo just everywhere.
so I started Misled in the MySpace days. That's how far back that went.
Yeah,
Nice, yeah.
bro.
So on MySpace, I used to make a post, and I had a profile song.
Yeah.
Top 8, the whole 9.
Yeah, but I remember I would make a post like once a week. Anybody who wants free stickers from Misled Clothing, drop your name and address in my inbox. And at the time I had access to like get stamps printed on envelopes for free from some lady at office. So she would.
It's Scott's.
Yeah.
Yep, me too,
Yeah.
bro.
She would literally make like a whole stack of free mail for me
Yeah.
with the stamps because they had a stamp machine. So I would mail those stickers out worldwide for close to 10 years.
Yeah.
So they're everywhere. I mean, I still randomly get pictures of them, and I just laugh because I'm like, that's crazy.
It's genius, man. Like it literally, it was a movement because it seems like there's so many people behind Misled, right? Because there were so many stickers and so many like, it was everywhere that you looked. So it was like, there's no way that there's just one person coming out and knocking all this shit out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was.
But the way I did it was instead of like mailing one person like one sticker, I would mail them 10.
Right.
So I give them like a variety of colors, and they'd ask what they owe me. I say, just put it somewhere and send me pictures in the future.
For sure, bro. And then that way, if you only give them one sticker, they're gonna not peel the back off. They're gonna put it in the mirror. You give them 10, they're gonna give 4 out. They're gonna slap 3 somewhere.
Put them on windows, laptops, helmets.
Yeah.
The ramps at their skate park. Like, cause we used to hit a lot of skate parks.
For sure, bro. Yeah, that was one of the things. I love seeing the native stickers everywhere, man. When it comes to like just driving around, like there's a couple over at the Gold Star Chili over there in Bellevue, but like seeing somebody else do the legwork where it's like I've got no sweat in the game. They just took a sticker off the table or whatever.
Yeah.
But those things go a lot further than you think, man. Like the whole brand, I started it and it started with that Ohio logo. You remember that native, that Natty all highlighted.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of people like, hey, you need something new. Like, come out with some other stuff. And it's like, bro, just give me a minute. Like, I want to just flood the market with this one because I want there to be relevance. I want them to see the logo and then go, I've seen that before.
Familiarity.
You know what I mean? And so that was one of those things, man, where it's like the same thing with the stickers, bro. And I was like, it takes a lot to impress me. And when I saw that Scott's truck and inside the Scott's thing with all those green misled stickers inside that grass on the side of the Scott's logo, I was like, man, this kid's onto something, dude. And I just like, I've been a fan of yours ever since, man. And then, you were helping out Mercer down there at Mint for a long time.
Yeah. He's actually kind of, Mint Martini, Mike Mercer, and Ben. What was Ben's last name?
Ben Werscher. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben is the one out of everybody that got Mercer to hire me for my very first anything down there.
That's dope.
So he literally saw a vision in my ideas, and I think they gave me like $200 to come down St. Patrick's Day, and just they're like, we're gonna give you a couple $100, come up with something cool, whatever you want to come up with. So like my wife handmade me a kilt.
That's the shit,
Like
dude.
we painted my beard green. I think we painted clover leaves on my head.
Shamrocks on the head. I remember that day. Yeah, for sure.
But it was crazy because
and your whole head was green too. It wasn't just the shamrocks.
Yeah,
right?
I've done. I don't remember because I've done it I do it different each time.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I've done it like 4 or 5 different ways.
Right.
Because they had me come back multiple years in a row because it always was good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I ended up getting some website did best St. Patrick's Day look in the country, and I ended up getting top 3 in the whole country.
Bro, there was another moment in my life.
That's awesome.
It's just randomly,
Right, but still.
I mean, you get noticed a lot for the beard, man.
I got beat by a dog. I was like, damn. I was like, I like that puppy. I was like,
bro, that's the thing, man. You're a dog lover, bro. If you're gonna lose to somebody, let it be a four-legged friend.
I was like, I wasn't even mad.
Right, for sure, bro. When I was in Chicago and I was on the way out. My family lives there, so we travel there pretty often. And Kayla and I were on the way out, and we stopped at one of those. They call them an oasis, and it's all it is like a bridge over the highway that has a McDonald's, a Pizza Hut, whatever in there. And I remember I sent you a picture, bro. Inside this oasis, you pull off the highway and you pull right into a gas station, and then you pull right back onto the highway. It's like the smartest thing ever.
Yep.
But this dude's face was all over Oasis for this beard competition, and there's posters,
Nice.
and it wasn't something that he put up or something that somebody slapped stickers on. This was professionally done. The photo, there were actually posters everywhere,
Okay,
and it was his face, bro. Was the main picture of the event coming up in Chicago.
It was the National Beard and Mustache Championships in Chicago.
Yeah, and his face was the main photo in the actual advertisement for the event, bro. And so I took a photo with that and sent it to him. And it's moments like that, bro, that really just I'm super proud of you because I know how hard you worked to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the beard, for people that don't know, was a bet that you had to grow it.
Yeah, for charity. Yep. It was a 1-year bet for $1,000.
And now it's a part of Garey, bro. You're not gonna.
And I get people all the time that maybe don't know the full story, but they'll be like, "Oh, how much would you shave your beard off for charity?" And I'll just look at them and be like, I laugh. I'm like, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And they're like, why?
Because I grew it for charity.
I said because
I'm
I make
growing
more.
it.
Yeah, well, I make more having it for multiple charities throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of how I give back. Part of the way I link people together. That's a lot of the stuff I've been able to fortunately step up and help a couple families that really could have used the money at the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean that's one thing you're really good at, man. When you teamed up with All Hustle, and you did those jerseys.
We did the Team Kaylee.
Dude, those jerseys were insane, man. The stuff that Michael Redden puts out over there is incredible, bro.
They came to me wanting to do the jersey idea, and
that's cool that he came to you and you didn't have to go to him for it. Man.
Yeah, well, they're good people.
Of course, for sure. They actually bought a bunch of hats when I thought that I was gonna have to close the shop. Back in 2019 before I landed here. Him and his wife, man, they bought a bunch of hats from me, man. So I'm like still grateful
Yeah,
from
they're
that.
good people. They they do a lot for the softball community that they're in as well.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm not surprised that they stepped up and bought some stuff, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I mean that was
shout out to All Hustle, Mike Redden.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's those guys and the jerseys that they're doing too. Like we were going to collaborate on a baseball jersey, and I had the pinstripes in it, and the pinstripe said organically grown in Ohio, but it was so thin that it just looked like a pinstripe.
Yeah.
We still need to do them. I only want to do like a run of 20, and then each one have its own number and name on the back.
Yeah.
That's something that we when it comes to baseball season, I got to get in early with him, or he gets overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, he's that busy.
Yeah, bro.
He's the go-to guy.
He's the go-to guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that he's doing, man, like that sublimation machine is really just putting out some super fire for him, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed collaborating with him on that because honestly, he kind of gave me a little bit of input on what we could do.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of,
the split jerseys were so dope.
And the reason I did that, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's lame of you that you would get dressed up for half whatever team and then half Bengals." And I said, "Well, there's a reason I'm doing it.
You're trying to raise money."
Yeah, I'm trying to get other fan bases, which like obviously when I go to another city, I don't want to be treated like crap.
Right.
I don't want people to like be shitty to me. Nobody wants that.
For sure.
So I try to always be respectful because I do meet a lot of opposing fans. When people come to my city,
sure.
yeah, when people come to my
100%,
city,
yeah.
opposing fan, even if they're garbage Steelers fans or not, they still want to get a picture with me.
Right.
But I don't want those people to leave and be like, "Man, this place was terrible. All these people were nasty." Like, you know what I mean?
Because one experience can change their entire perspective.
Yeah.
Just like that. Man.
And good for you, bro, because you're realizing that you're a face of the Bengals, whether you realize it or not. Like, you've got the dog pound for Cleveland. you've got the Raider dude from, I don't know if does that dude go to Vegas for games? That old Raider guy.
Yeah, there's
He probably moved with the entire team.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah, Vegas has got it going on. I think they're 3 or 4 years, they'll definitely win a Super Bowl.
Bro, did you hear?
Oh, dude,
Did you hear
I'm
that
on
they
the same
had
page
Tom
with that,
Brady? They had him in the bag.
Yeah, but John Gruden.
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
Yeah.
And you know who hooked that up? Dana White.
Oh yeah, right.
Dana White was the one that hooked
Yeah.
it up. So Gronk and Tom Brady were already set to go to the Vegas, bro.
Yeah. But I guess John Gruden thought there was just going to be too big of personalities, and he didn't want to be. See, Tom Brady's legacy is such a big deal. The coach that's attached, his legacy is just as prevalent in the situation. So John Gruden was probably like, "Yo, if I bring this guy in, that's about to change. Nothing I've done before this matters."
Yeah.
And that, I don't know. That guy, he's been under some scrutiny for some emails and whatnot. So he's in the hot seat anyways.
Well, he's trying to come back.
Yeah.
Actually,
He is trying to come.
get his
He is
job
trying to
back
come
right
back.
now.
Yeah, but I mean that situation, I could see where his side was like, you know what? But like, why would you turn to the GOAT? But Tampa Bay got a Super Bowl out of it. So like,
Yeah,
they just
you know what I mean?
happened to randomly get that right.
Yeah, randomly get that, bro.
and then Tom wanted to go to the Dolphins as well. He wanted to be in Miami.
Yeah. Well, he lives in Tampa.
Yeah, he wants to own part of the Dolphins. His
Yeah.
goal is to be a Dolphins owner.
They've already got like 12 or 13 celebrity owners,
Yeah,
right?
he wants to be in there.
Well, he's got a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
Yeah.
I think that's his end goal because the Dolphins are like his most. For some reason, he entertains them the most, which is ironic because he played for the Patriots, which is in the same the same division.
Clearly, he wants to live in Florida.
He does. He loves Miami, dude.
Yeah.
He loves Miami. Yeah.
Florida's nice, man. I lived
Yeah.
in Tampa for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Tampa's the whip, dude.
Yep. I just got back from that area myself.
What part?
Siesta Keys.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, my friend Bronson and Kayla got married there. I know that was my first time going to that part.
I've never been to Siesta Key, man. That's in the Gulf there, right?
Yeah,
On the left side.
The water was just crazy blue there. It's nice. The sand's albino white.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, I've never seen sand like that in America, so it's it's like it's kind of surreal.
You ever?
Yeah.
I think it's not Hilton Head, but is it Hilton Head? That like they got man-made sand. It's cold. It never gets hot. It's the weirdest thing, dude.
No.
I think it was Myrtle Beach that I was at. No, Hilton Head. Yeah, Hilton Head.
Yeah. I just got back from Destin, and the sand there was actually really white. I was actually impressed with how busy it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you're close to Panama and Pensacola and all that. So like, but the sand was extraordinarily white. Like, it was so white. I was like, wow, man. Like, I was expecting, because it was busy. Like, we're talking, busy season.
Yeah.
But it was August, so kind of later in the season, but still,
Yeah.
like, busy. And, like, they kept those beaches pristine clean.
Yeah,
like, it's
same way
super
with
clean.
mine.
Yeah, super clean. Like,
It's
they're
not.
doing
I mean, honestly, people need to respect and take care of
100%.
the beaches. Like,
totally agree. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's we are borrowing this land, man. Like, so we should take care of what we're using.
Right.
And beaches are where a lot of people, gather, and they're out there drinking their beer. They're drinking their, waters like crazy. But like, when every time at the end of the night, like, I would go down and walk on the beach with my brother and whatever, and
It'd be clean.
clean, bro, super clean. The only thing you're watching is these little crabs that are running across, little white crabs that are everywhere. But yeah, it was just like very clean. They kept up on it. It was because they called it a private beach.
Yeah.
And so like there was a beach next to it that was like a different name, and there was a private sign, but both are considered private because you have to pay to be at the resort and whatnot. So it was just. I was really impressed, because I was going there expecting, like, you hear about like the pandemic situation where things are trashed and everything is just chaotic, and even down in Florida, like, whatever, you hear rumors, you get there, everything is pristine. It's so busy.
Completely the opposite of
the
all
opposite
the
of
BS.
all
Florida's
the media.
different part of the world, bro.
The media reports that you hear, and then you go in real time, and it's like, this doesn't add up.
Well, like all that surfer shit was all in California, where they arrested the surfer for surfing during the pandemic and all.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're out in the ocean by yourself. Yeah, he didn't have a mask on in the water by himself surfing, got arrested, bro. But that's Cali stuff.
No lie, there was a lady wearing a mask, not lying, in the ocean, floating by herself.
Oh,
wearing
Jesus Christ, she's trying to waterboard herself, dude.
I'm like, is she for real? I'm like, seriously.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get them dolphins sick, bro. So this beard of yours, bro. So it was a bet from
an employee I worked with named Kim at the time.
And how long ago was that?
Well, 13 years ago.
And is this so? Do you trim it at all, or is that?
I don't like cut the bottom like short, but I get like my sides tapered and my mustache lined up.
For sure.
Yeah.
That would be wild.
Yeah, I used to not, and then once I started like getting some audition work through Heyman,
grooming and all that. And
yeah,
then you start seeing everyone's different looks.
Well, I was like you want to study how you look on camera, right? When you audition for like stuff.
For sure, you look at everything like, man, they're like.
Well, the thing was, like, I would just be talking, but you couldn't see my mouth.
Oh shit!
I was
yeah.
I was like, these people probably don't even know if I have teeth. So that's why, other than my wife, wanted me to like shave it back, so I could like kiss her actually without like be a mustache. But I couldn't see my mouth on audition, so that's why I really started trimming it back.
No kidding. And how long is it right now?
I don't know. It's if I straighten it, it's over like 30 inches when I straighten it. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's close to 3 feet.
Do you have like your favorite like beard oil or something?
Yeah.
That you use?
There's a local company called Mean Beard.
I've seen their stuff for sure.
Yeah, that I have like a little deal with.
Dope.
And they make like all the products I use.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
And then my friend, what's her name? Jessica Skinner. She's got like a little shop where she does a bunch of like skin and hair products and stuff,
facial treatments, stuff
like that. Yeah. And she made me some beard stuff that I've been using on my skin, which is good too.
Oh, dope, man.
But yeah, I get like there for a while I was getting like hundreds and hundreds of companies like sending me stuff.
I bet,
people
dude.
Were like, yo, we want to sponsor you. I'm like, all right, what do y'all pay? And they're like, we're giving you free beard product. And I'm like,
nice.
Yeah.
I'll give you a free review.
Send it here. I'll try it out. I'll let you know if I like it.
Yeah. So
I'll let you know if I really like it if you send me a check.
Yeah, you send me a check. I like it.
Right. I mean, most of those companies are just trying to latch on. You know what I mean? That they see you.
Yeah,
but they don't realize that you pay for these tickets, man. When you go to these Bengals games, it's not like the Bengals are just giving you front row tickets.
They don't give people front row tickets to the Bengals.
They wouldn't give Gary Owen tickets for the longest time, right? Yeah. And he even called him out like, "Hey, man, I'm getting like even Steelers are giving me tickets, bro. Like I'm in my
deal?
Yeah, like I'm here." At Paul Brown Stadium, and I couldn't get tickets from you guys. I got them from a Steelers player.
Yeah, I don't think It's crazy.
That's not a good look.
I don't know who's
that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, but
if that's
I mean, now I'm sure it's changed now. But like at the time, thinking about like management prior and how they were doing things, like if another team was giving you tickets, whatever, that's just like.
I mean, he better be getting
100%.
some type of hookup now because I mean they had him come out and host the pep rally. For the Super Bowl.
I was going to go there. Like he just did the pep rally, so he's got to be getting something. The dynamic has changed, but like with growth is happening. Obviously, we've Paycor's the new stadium name,
right?
And we're working on an indoor practice facility. So like movements are happening. So it's like
definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, better decisions by giving Gareyu tickets and making it so that people of like, because Gareyu, he's out there, man. He's sporting Bengals every day.
Bro, he reps them
Bengals
so
fan.
hard,
and
bro.
it's amazing,
like me.
dude.
He's there when they've been terrible as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Like take care of the ones that are getting that media exposure. Like we have gone for so long without anyone bringing our name up in any conversation, and now the top 5 quarterback list, Burrow's there. Everyone's giving the shine that we have been waiting for.
Yeah, it's so nice to travel now. And people not talk shit to you because
you're a Bengals fan.
Yeah. They used to talk shit to you and be like, "Oh, you're a Bengals fan. Huh, you guys will bungle. You'll lose."
Right.
Yep. And now the first thing I say is, "Hey, that Joe Burrow kid."
Yeah.
Hey,
Jamar Chase is on my fantasy.
Exactly. And that is a shift entirely because of Burrow. Because without his,
look at our
insane,
team,
bro.
We have a very good offense.
I know, and
the
defense is up now too. Like the cosmic shift that happened in this area from here to Indiana, like local spots, like the tri-state, like this shift that happened is something like anyone's ever seen. Because obviously the year before we went to the Super Bowl, you know what that season looked like. So like it's like the first time in history that's happened on that scale.
I don't think anybody expected us to run it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
I didn't.
That's a huge deal.
And that's
the biggest deal ever known in sports.
Yeah. I was trying to basically prepare myself to be let down just later. I was like, there's no way this is gonna last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was getting destroyed out there. He was getting sacked left and
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I was just like, man, I don't want to see this dude get hurt again. Like, he doesn't deserve to get hurt.
Carson Palmer 2.0, man. That's what I was fearing too. It really was looking that way. Like we're gonna ruin a young dude like right away, and then all of a sudden he just gets back up every time, and you're like, okay,
he's the real deal, man.
Yeah, man.
He's the real deal.
He is. He's tough, man.
I feel like saying he's like the next Tom Brady.
Oh, for sure.
That's how I look at him. Like, we got the next Brady for sure.
Oh, I mean, I'm like, I'm like on like he's like the next like maybe like Montana, like even on the next, because Tom Brady. The thing about Tom Brady is average. On all accounts, he's an average guy. Burrow, physicality wise,
he knows sports. Typically, like that sounds like a red flag, but I wouldn't question it coming from your mouth because you know everything about sports.
Yeah, well, Burrow's physicality, his physique, his size is like a Josh Allen, like a larger guy. So his physicalness is just superior to Brady. Brady just is like the quickest thinker.
Yeah, he's different. He's mathematic.
Yeah, Brady came out from Michigan looking like, I mean, you've seen the pictures. He's like, he had no physique, no nothing. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
But he got behind a really good defense, figured it out, and then became his own man. And he's one of the quickest thinkers that we know of. Peyton Manning's up there, you know those guys. But like Burrow physically can do things that Brady can't, so he can go further in a certain sense.
I think this year we're going to see the direction go one of two ways with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I say this because we've never seen Tom Brady, who's potentially divorced or his amazing smoking hot wife has left him. We might get a different quarterback. Because I don't know if you've been paying attention, but him and his wife have been fighting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. He's like midlife crisis.
Yeah, he missed, training camp or something for like a week and went on vacation.
11 days, yeah.
Yeah, and like his team was pissed. Like, dude, you're the quarterback. How are you not here?
Yeah, but there is more information about that coming out. So I think there's rumors that they had that pre-planned, the 11 days.
Yeah.
That's what they would say.
That's what they're saying. Well, their explanation made sense. So because they're a veteran-driven team, they were going to let the other veterans take control to see life without Tom Brady for 11 days in training camp, and he needed to take a time because of the wife's situation, because she wants him to be done, right? She wants him to be done and stay with the kids, and he still feels like he can win another Super Bowl.
I think that's because of Joe Burrow. I think he doesn't want to leave.
I mean, I'm trying to find my tickets for that ticket right now.
8 Super Bowls. Yeah. That is 8. That's the number.
He's been to
That's
8.
the number he won.
He's been to 8-1-6, right?
He's been to 9-1-7.
Okay.
He lost 2 to Eli Manning, the Giants, and he's been, yeah.
Okay.
So he also lost to, he beat the Seattle Seahawks. He beat the Falcons. He's beat everybody. Yeah, he's been like, it's crazy. So he's been the Super Bowl, and some of the guys that entering the league weren't even like born when he went to his first
So does that
Super
make
Bowl.
Manning better than Brady?
Eli is gonna get into the Hall of Fame. Eli's, it's crazy because Eli has won as many games as he's lost. He's
Right.
50-50.
Yeah.
He's
won some great games and lost some terrible
He's
games.
lost so many games, bro. Like he's lost so many games. But so he did lose to Eli Manning twice.
Yeah.
But
I think that's my thought though. I feel like if those two split up over this, I think Brady's completely not the same player, mentally distracted, gets destroyed, definitely retires.
100%, bro. Like
that's what
I think it's his last year.
Yeah,
personally. But yeah.
All those bookies and shit, man. You've seen casino. Like they know when your dog is sick. They know like if you're having spats at home. Like those bookies know everything, bro. So if somebody's having a marital issue, like, you know, all that stuff affects the bottom line for sure, dude.
But I still think he's going to have a top 5 season.
Think so?
Yes, I think because
if it's his last season, he's going to play as hard as he can.
Oh, dude, he's about to crush it. So I think he's got Julio Jones now, which is the top 5 wide receiver if he's healthy. He's got like Evans is going to crush it, and then as soon as Godwin's like fully together, he's going to crush it. So he's got dynamic stuff. Like we have dynamic 3, but they also have a dynamic 3 as well. So like let's not forget what he's got going on. Even without Gronk, Tom Brady's going to do just fine. But the thing is that it's next year.
Is Gronk done?
Gronk is done as of now. There's theory that he might come back latter half of the season as late as he can and then play for a Super Bowl at the end.
Is he injured?
No, he just doesn't want to return.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he wants to retire. He's making money on the side, doing his thing. He's involved with wrestling and stuff. But there is a theory. Like when reports come out, there's a reason.
Right.
A text message was sent to a homie that's like, all right, I can gain off this real quick. He may come back second half. That's all I'm saying. Anonymous.
Yeah.
The reporter's like, I don't care who told me. I got this information now. I'm gonna report it to Fox real quick or ESPN, and then the report pops up, and then all these little shows talk about it. So Gronk could come back latter half of the season. Don't be surprised if he does. Just saying. But yeah, Tom Brady has never really been successful without Gronk, so it's kind of important to have him. In theory.
And they just got rid of who was it? They just let go that used to be in Cincinnati. Was it Sanu? Was he playing for them?
Well, a while he went to the Falcons.
He just got cut from the Falcons.
Yeah, he's been out for a little bit now. He was like a third wide out for a while. He's good though. I mean, he's good. It's just with
I wanted Cincinnati to bring
injuries.
him back.
Yeah, but injuries are one of those things. It might be something subtle, but it will change your whole. Let's say you get your ankles twisted once, and you were like a good route runner. Even though it's a small ankle twist, it changes. You may not be the fastest guy. You might be good at cutting, and now you can't cut.
Right.
So you just go. You went from 3 to off the practice squad.
You know why I'd like him back?
Because he's smart.
Besides that,
yeah.
Because he was also a quarterback.
Yeah, he's smart.
And a lot of people forget that he would make a great backup if we had to have him.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he was smart. He was one of the smart wide receivers. Any quarterbacks have to know so much. It's like their playbooks are hundreds and hundreds of variations of plays, and that is not something to take lightly. Those are very detailed, complicated plays. It's insane. If you look at a QB playbook, because they're available, you can check them out online.
They're super confusing.
They are so good. We played Madden, and they dumbed it down for us as regular people playing a game. But when you get down to just the small variations about, all right, the wide receiver, not only they say, so there might be play 1, the wide receiver goes right away with a hike, he cuts in. The next play is the wide receiver waits a half a second and then goes. And then the other, there's so many little variations.
It's got to be a lot to remember.
Yes, and they just have just one call to tell the guy what to do. It's next level. They are deserving.
It's definitely not a dumb jock moment anymore when it comes to
not at that level. No, not at that level. No, not at that level. Before then, maybe you just the best athlete makes his way, but then he has to start studying.
Yep.
That's why they put Kyler Murray. You hear about his like contract.
The contract said he had to have a certain amount of studying done on the playbook.
Yeah, 4 hours a week. They wanted 4 hours a week out of him. Apparently, he's not even doing that.
They're trying to pull an AI.
No, I heard something on this. They said they sent him a blank tape on purpose just to see what he said it was on it. Did you hear that?
Oh, I didn't.
They gave him a blank
nice.
tape.
Good.
Yeah.
That's dope. I didn't know that. I didn't hear that. No.
Yeah, but his contract he landed was massive.
Mm-hmm.
He just landed a huge contract for himself. Good
it's
for him.
It's because the baseball players.
Yeah.
It's all the baseball players that are playing quarterback.
Yeah.
Because he got to deal with Oakland.
Right.
The A's. Like
they said actually he makes more than the entire baseball team he was going to play for combined in his contract.
Yep.
The whole
insane.
team.
It's wild. His contract's insane, but like that. Because I look over those two. Anytime a good contract comes out, I check it out. Like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like because it's all public knowledge. You can look this stuff up. But what's crazy with the Kyler Murray thing is like he just knows he's such a good athlete that he can just do whatever he wants, and he has to study.
Right.
Like that's what it like. That's like a parent being like, "All right, dude, we know you're so talented." But like, just read a book.
I mean, he's got AJ Green, so I was kind of.
I mean, yeah, he's got everybody.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that
Hopkins, man,
they would have a good year.
I mean, AJ's getting up there in age though, so his speed's down. He's not the same. He's obviously the same height, but he's not the same speed, which was a big part of his attack. But
he honestly, he wasn't quite the same after his foot issue.
Right, exactly. My point earlier is like if certain guys can't cut, like I mean, seriously, like Calvin Ridley, who's now he's suspended because of gambling, but he is like top 3 and in this era of football player, route runner. But anytime he gets hurt, it's all about his cuts. He is fast, but I mean on their scale, they're inching hairs on the times.
Right.
But like his speed's really solid. But like it's his cuts, and when he gets hurt, he was like done. And all. I guess their frustration is what caused. Because I think he was worried about not getting money in the future because he kept getting like injured slightly.
Yeah.
Starts a betting, gets him into trouble, and now he's out a whole season, bro.
Now
so
it
like
cost himself.
Yeah, because he's trying to get that money. Because if you get hurt and your job is to cut, that's your ankle.
Right.
And then, like, that's your paycheck.
Right.
And they don't care. The NFL does not. It's a brutal, brutal league, man.
No, it's very unfair in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is. They will dump you so fast, and you're like, it doesn't even matter what you've done with them for 10 years. Tyreek Hill is now a Miami Dolphin, and he was, like, the biggest threat for Kansas City Chiefs. And he's a Dolphin now.
Yeah.
Just the cut bait, man. Like, that's brutality.
Honestly, that's a big L for KC.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
right, but I don't think Miami Dolphins are going to win a Super Bowl in any time soon. And Kansas City has a better shot, in my opinion. So like, that's sending Hill to like, hey man, you're probably not going to win a championship. Like, sorry, but we're going to keep moving. Because they can land a wide receiver next year. You know what I mean? They could get a big name on the free agency. You know what I mean? Like Devontae Smith he could leave the Eagles, but like Adams left the Packers and went to the Raiders. Who's to say that he like, all right, well maybe I'm going to cut bait here and go to Kansas City because that's my best shot because Derek Carr's great, but Mahomes isn't going anywhere.
Right.
So now I'm going to win a Super Bowl. Hill's probably going to sit in Miami and be like, hey, I guess this is my life now. I'm fast, but I'm not going to be able to shift this whole team. Tua's probably not.
Did you happen to see they just recently filmed T.O. running the 40?
Oh yeah, man, he still has speed, bro.
I swear
he better come back.
I would love to just see one team give him or Ocho another shot just to come back in the league.
Dude,
they would sell so many jerseys.
The Cowboys would take T.O. back in a heartbeat. Jerry Jones would put that.
How dope would that be?
Did we just put that in the universe?
Yeah.
T.O. to the
I would be cool with either one of them.
Dude,
they're
same.
both still good.
But but the Cowboys are they reach for that cash dollar, man.
Yeah.
Like they
but you're right
sacrifice.
though. They would sell so many jerseys.
Dude, they would sell so many if they just brought him on as a kicker for the Bengals, bro.
The Bengals.
Look how many jerseys
Chad Johnson,
Tebow was selling.
Right.
Tebow's a magnet, man. He was a lucky on that playoff win and all that, but like he's just
we'll always
a personality
love him for that.
Yes, we will.
Pittsburgh lost, the Bengals win.
Always,
bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is like Bengals are such the fandom with Bengals is so unique because we were so incredibly bad on like a legacy Bengals. There's an era of Bengals are just being the Bungles.
Yeah.
And when people are posting in other cities that we're the Bungles,
Right.
and you're changing our name, I don't care if it's joking or not. When you're posting on like New York Times or covering it, like all these major plays bungled the ball, and that was a term. That is really bad.
It's bad.
Like
It pisses you off.
like the Jets are
Yeah.
getting that kind of media
Yeah.
thing now. You know what I mean? So like they're getting that, and like
Right.
the Bills went through it too. But like now the Bills are great. But like
Yeah,
it's
the Bills are a team that could easily be in the Super Bowl.
they're my prediction for the AFC Championship.
They're-
Yeah, for sure. The AFC champions, like the Bills, which I'll make that announcement
Yeah.
tomorrow. But yeah, like it's just the Bills are next level. But like the Bengals now, dude, to get back to the Super Bowl, people be like, well, they were here last year. They're worth it. You know what I mean? There's a time when people would have thought, are you guys gonna win 3 games?
Right.
Maybe 4?
No, but I don't care. Nobody thought we were going to the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
All right. We beat the Chiefs twice. What's the
Twice.
likelihood of that?
Twice. That come from behind win.
I know, man.
That was incredible, man, and that was the moment where I was like, if we lose this game, I'm cool, right? Against Kansas City, because it was such a good game, and Mahomes
Yeah.
is such a badass dude. But like the
Dude,
strong prevailed, bro.
How legit was that win? That was easily one of the best Bengals games ever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it was in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like
No. And Nashville was against the Titans,
Titans,
but
yeah.
that
Oh,
one
that's
was in
right.
Kansas
That was
City.
in Kansas City. Yeah,
Yeah, because that was the one. I went to the other playoff games in the Super Bowl, but I couldn't go to the Kansas City game because I had a motorcycle show with Sick Fish Cycles down at the Garage Brewery.
Oh,
nice.
I
shit.
did like this garage brew invite only motorcycle show, so I got like this crazy turbo diesel motorcycle, one of 2 in the world, and it's literally a diesel motorcycle.
No shit.
But yeah, you had to like submit pictures to get invited to the show, and they chose my bike, of course, because it's way different.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not missing this, no matter what. And then I was like, damn, I wanted to be in Kansas City so bad watching the game.
Right. I bet,
Yeah.
dude. Especially being as big of a fan as you are.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. The way I looked at it was, I was like, well, went to Tennessee. You know, we won the Raiders game, so that was 2 playoff games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, so it costs a lot of money to go to those games. People don't
Mhm.
realize what it costs to sit front row or do all
Right.
that last minute. We're not used to that. We're not used to
Yeah.
We're not used to playing that many games in a year.
Right,
We're
right.
not used to being in the playoffs and winning. We're not.
Being expecting to even get to the second game, none
No
of us win the first because we hadn't won the first,
Yeah.
any game like in the playoffs period,
Yeah.
like since the dawn of time, what it feels like in a lot of people's whole lives,
Right.
like their whole lives,
Well, I
they've
mean,
never
think about
experienced
it.
a win.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, I've been at a playoff game and we almost won, but guess what? Almost isn't winning.
Almost
Yeah.
isn't winning. Yeah, and like we feel played because like the Carson Palmer was that was our
That was
ticket.
our- that was our shot.
That was our shot. That was the last time we all remember. Like, all right, this is our chance to top the Steelers, top all these other teams, and here he is, and all of a sudden, before you know it, he's out. The rest of his career is done. That point forward, he went with the Cardinals, whatever. But like nothing happened after that moment. So like. That was a tragedy for us, and we saw our.
That was. I liked that team as much as I liked this team. We had Ocho, Hushmanzada.
Mhm.
I mean, we had a.
We did have
good-
squad, bro.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah,
good
we
squad.
had-
But
for
you got to
sure.
have,
And
you
they
gotta
were
have arm
entertaining.
thrown at
Yeah,
them.
and they were entertaining.
They were.
They were entertaining.
They sold tickets, exactly.
Yeah.
I would say this team is a little bit better than that team, though.
Yeah.
I would give it because we not only have the 3 wide out dynamic, now we're on the tight end dynamic.
It's like now we got
and the running back.
It's like we got 3 Ochos now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like Mixon is probably one of the best best running backs we've had.
Running back or quarterback?
Running mix, yeah, both Joes are great, but
No,
Joe
I'm saying
yeah,
Super Bowl. Yeah, he threw a
Yeah.
touchdown in the
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Bowl.
facts, right? Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
dude,
yeah,
you threw a touchdown in
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, and I was not expecting that shit.
Right.
Were you?
well, of course not.
Did they ever run that play once? I never seen them run that play.
I'm sure they've ran. You
mean,
always
I've
have to
never
run
s-
it.
I've
They
never
have to
seen 'em-
always run a contingency. All the teams do. Like the
Never
Philly
s-
special.
yeah.
The Philly special. They won the Super Bowl doing that. Like they practiced that. They said they practiced that like that's the last like 15 minutes of they run those crazy plays. There's like 8 to 10 of them, and they run like wild stuff. So I'm sure the Bengals did that, but I'd never seen it.
I never seen
in
him
the
physically
season.
run it in
Yeah,
the season.
right. But like he's an athlete, man. Like
Yeah.
Mixon's an athlete, and so we haven't had a running back like him in a very long time, and there hasn't been like any like even back to the Corey Dillon era is a different running back style.
I mean, if they've got this O-line problem fixed, which I think they do, imagine he's going to have even better season this year. He's going to run for close to 2,000 yards.
He's going to take pressure off Burrow. He's going to take pressure off the wide receivers. He can catch a pass. Man, we have a squad. Yeah. We have a legit offensive squad. There's 5 playmakers straight up.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean,
they're healthy.
They are healthy. And let's say the season happens, someone does go down. That's still we go from 5 playmakers to 4. That's still squad. That's still like competitive, playoff competitive.
Yeah.
And
if they stay healthy, they're definitely back in the playoffs.
For sure. But we can't assume that. I mean, football is the most dangerous sport.
Injuries are going to happen.
Yeah, injuries going to happen. So let's say like someone. I'm not going to say any names because I'm not going to put that in the universe. But like let's say someone were to go down. We still have playmakers coming up through it. So like we are a solid team. It's about if our defense, the secondary, can hold up.
Yeah.
If our secondary can hold up, that is really what's going to determine because every team's got a good offense that we're going to really face, man. Yeah. So
our defense has done a good job creating turnovers. They've really stepped
capitalized.
up.
But this year we're not under the radar anymore.
Yeah.
So they're on the map now. Where last year, last year we were favored. We were favored in like in the 2 games, 2 of the entire season, favored in like the score, according to Vegas. Now we're favored in 15.
15 games.
Yes.
And one's a bye, right?
Yeah, the bye
15
week.
out of 17.
18 weeks. So 17 games. 18
Can we bet on the bye week?
Right. So like
that's like betting for a tie and a tie actually happening.
Yeah.
I wish they'd get rid of that rule. There shouldn't be a tie in NFL. Period.
That's wild, dude.
Think about it. There should be absolutely no possible way to tie.
They need to remove that. I agree because
I hate that rule.
Yeah, the tie is because I don't think they don't allow ties in playoffs anymore. So like they need to do that regular season.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Can you get another All right.
Yeah, I think the Bengals Steelers game this weekend though, man, this is gonna be the game that Bengals players, Bengals fans, want to be at for sure. I think the team lives up to the hype right out the gate.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude.
Like we don't have the same doubts that we once had. Like we were like hoping for a good season.
No,
now just the talent is in front of them because if you really think about it, if we break it down, these are just all these college kids at this point that have become pros, and we just happen to have some of the best college guys like T. Higgins. Dude, T. Higgins is a one other than Devontae Adams and like maybe 2 other like Jefferson and Minnesota. T. Higgins is like a number 1 on like 25 to 30 teams. T. Higgins is a number 1 and he's our number 2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like
right.
T. Higgins is a number 1 like everywhere.
Yeah.
He just got overshadowed because Chase. T. Higgins was our number 1. We were like stoked on him.
You know where he came from, right?
Clemson,
Yeah. He you know where he grew up? He's from right outside Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he comes from like
the
little tiny like mountain town.
Oh, no kidding, man.
Yeah, but his college experience is what put him, if you were on that national level. So all these guys that are playing with each other, we just happen to have these college guys that crushed it. Now they're pros. They've played, like, Jamar Chase was a pro before he even got there.
Yeah.
He was. Like, he took a year off, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Jamar Chase
that's
took
dope, bro.
You know, yeah. Jamar,
that's so risky, but that's so dope.
He was just avoiding injury, and he knew he was going to get paid. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So he took a year off. He won the championship, the national championship, college football playoff, and then he decided, I'm going to take a year off and I'm going to go to the pros. Like, that is a move. That was a power move. And then he comes in his rookie year, preseason, can't catch a ball. He can't catch a ball in the preseason.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Everyone was terrified.
I know, right?
You know what he said? He said that the white lines on the college ball. He said, I can't see the football because of the white lines. And everybody was worried, bro. And all of a sudden,
he figured it out.
Yeah, man.
Because and like he's not like he's thrown by a new person.
But good for him though. The fact that he said something as little as that, like that white line on that college football, makes all the difference, right? Like, hey, I can't see the ball, man. Like, it's it's not as easy to see in college as it is in the NFL. Well, this is the pros, right? And you gotta adapt or die. And the second that Sports Center and everything started talking about him with not being able to catch the ball, next week, sticky hands, bro.
Yep.
Like,
then he couldn't drop it.
Then he couldn't drop it.
Yep.
Yeah, and now Joe's like, hey, I can just throw it up in the air, man. Jamar's down there somewhere.
I love hearing like. So this is gonna shift a little with that with sports, but Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Bills, who a lot of us think is going to be the AFC champions and maybe ultimately the Super Bowl champions. This is a prediction,
You
but
better slow your roll, dude.
I'm serious. They're man.
Hey,
Josh Allen's at next level.
I'm just saying.
I got tickets for that game today.
Don't put that
up
out
my
in the
tickets
atmosphere.
for that game today.
Hey, we overcame a lot last year. I'm just saying, being honest predictions, I'm always straightforward.
The
but
Bills
like
have a solid
the
chance
Bills,
of being
they
in the
are
Super Bowl
fantastic.
very soon.
But it was so funny when
No, but he's already saying AFC champions. I'm saying pump your brakes a little bit. Like give us some.
Yeah.
That's my. I would love the Bengals to be. My favorite team is they were the St. Louis Rams. Now they're LA Rams. My favorite team is the Rams. I'm a Rams fan first and Bengals fan second. It's just fact. That's the way I grew up. That way. I was a Marshall Faulk fan, like Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. So like, I love my Bengals. They're my AFC team, but the Rams were my number one for such a long time. I won't abandon that. Like, I just talk football. Like, I love it.
Just own it. That's
it is what it is. And I'm at the Bills right now.
Yeah, nothing's worse than a Steelers fan that grew up in Cincinnati that's never been to Pittsburgh.
They exist though.
Where the hell do those people come from?
Seriously, dude.
They're like, oh, I hate.
At least fall in love with the city.
I'm like, you grew up in Pittsburgh? Like, no. I was like, oh, you go there? Like, no. You ever been there? No. You're a fan of what?
Yeah, you're
right. They
hopped on a train.
They did. The Steelers are a good organization. They do their thing.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is like when Josh Allen first got to the Bills, and the wide receivers that were already there, and he threw the ball, and they were struggling in preseason and in the training camp because none of them had seen a guy throw the ball that hard. They literally reports. Yeah, they were like we were dropping passes.
They weren't prepared.
They weren't prepared for that level of arm.
Yeah.
So like Burrow is in that same realm. Maybe not quite that strength of arm, but he's in there. So when Jamar Chase, back to him, when he takes a year off and comes back to Burrow having a whole year of he was injured, but working at a pro level, and he's getting that ball now with the new lines on his ball. The same kind of concept as the Josh Allen thing. This dude's launching the ball that I took passes from. I caught him, sure. But like now we're on the pro level, and he's been with trainers doing his thing. He's been rehabbing and whatever. Same kind of effect because he probably, that first thing is like, man, my Burrow boy's like all grown up, like real quick. Like that's, on Chase's defense, for real, like outside of that, because pros are not the same in college. You don't get the same, because Burrow had to go through it. He went through it to even get to this point, man. People stood over him, laughed at him kind of thing there for a while, and he overcame, and he didn't lose a game after.
I just like the way he just moves himself as a person.
100%.
He knows he's good, but you don't see that. Like I don't
feel like the arrogance isn't there
at all. He knows what he's here to do, and he knows what his goal is, and that's and Jamar too. I think they're just focused on that.
Yeah,
they're super focused.
I tell you what, man. Like I haven't seen the kids. Like, owning the store here, we get a lot of 12 to 15-year-old kids that come in and just they love everything in here.
Yeah.
And seeing these kids react to Joe Burrow is exactly the feeling that I got at 12 years old about Michael Jordan. And, like, I don't think there's been another player that's been in sports that's really capitalized like Michael Jordan.
Right.
Obviously LeBron, he gets a lot of hate because of the LeBron Jordan thing, but, like, there's nobody that has come to the forefront where everybody wants to win. And it's like you said, being a fan, being a Bengals fan, being in Nashville or being in, wherever you are, and you got the Bengals hat on, and they go, hey, man, that Joe Burrow, that Jamar Chase, you guys got a team this year. To see that, it's like there's so many kids that come in here and they want the hairdo and they want the glasses and they want to look like Joe Burrow, and it's like that reminds me
or somebody with a mullet.
That just reminds me of that "Be Like Mike" song from the '90s. Like I want to be like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like there's been no one since Michael Jordan that's really brought these kids and like really just there's going to be a whole wave of quarterbacks, bro, in 10 years.
And I think on that same point is everyone's doing the gritty, right? So they're all doing this dance.
Right.
And that's where the TikTok era is
All the
happening.
kid-
So they're all doing the dance. And it's kind of, it may not be Burrow's dance, but it's attached to him because of Chase
They did it
and
first.
Jefferson. It's the LSU connection.
Yeah.
But that gritty has made its way.
Who started the gritty?
So Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson,
And both
LSU,
of them in
is
LSU, right?
LSU, yes.
Okay.
And Burrow, obviously with them, so he was throwing passes to both of them. So
Yeah.
he has got that attachment. It's just the whole package because Jefferson's like over there in Minnesota doing his thing, but like we like our paths don't cross a lot because different divisions. But like they pay a lot of attention. LSU's these building huge fandom, and that's where the gritty started. And that whole people coming here, kids coming doing the gritty like
All the time, bro.
Nonstop.
and they're little ones, like they're wearing their
Oh, yeah.
Crocs, they're off-colored Crocs, and they're coming in and gritty and I'm like, I see you do, and they're always buying something. Their parents are like, we're buying Bengals. It has nothing to do with anything but their kids, man. Their kids are in there and they're fans. It's all a whole totality thing, man.
And it brings in a new influx of people that normally wouldn't be Bengals fans because they're
exactly.
LSU fans. So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So like a lot of these Bengals pages, like for the most part, most people have been welcoming, but you still see the Bengals fans are like, nah, we don't want any LSU fans in here taking over our page. I'm like, dude,
That's crazy.
I'm like, why? I was
Right.
like, you're
Bring
totally,
'em in,
you're
welcome 'em
totally-
in.
Yeah, you're totally welcome here.
Right.
Yeah,
Why
bro.
would we not want more Bengals fans? You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
like
Just
like
better.
they're college fans, and now they're finding a team in the professional realm. Like, why wouldn't you want them?
Like realistically, they should be Saints fans, right?
Right.
Like they should be
Well,
Saints
that-
fans.
that's what they
like
said.
all
They're like-
LSU fans should be Saints fans.
Yeah,
Right.
they're like, no, we're Joe Burrow fans. We're fan of the Bengals now, and I'm like,
Exactly.
that's crazy. I love it. I love it.
Same. I hear it
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I want to eat some boiled shrimp and
Yeah, count me
cocktails,
in.
whatever you guys have. I know they got the good stuff.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Count me into the
Yeah.
Southern style for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it is like because these LSU fans are following these specific guys, like he was saying exactly, there's never been an athlete that like has really transisted an athlete from college to pro like Burrow.
Yeah.
It's just one unique spot because he went to the Super Bowl. He won the national championship. They're predicting 2 Super Bowls for Burrow. Yeah, we don't. They're not saying Cincinnati, but
think
like
about it. That's all
we'll
he
take
has,
him.
That's all he has left to win is the Super Bowl. He's done everything else.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
won everything else he can.
He's had the best college season of any quarterback to ever exist.
Yeah.
And statistically, that is fact. And it doesn't even matter if you're a fan of the Bengals.
And
or you care.
that's insane to think. Out of all the quarterbacks that have gone
Have
through
ever played in college.
Randall Cunningham, like
Dude,
Jesus.
Peyton Manning for Tennessee, like everybody. Tom Brady,
Bro,
at Michigan.
Randall Cunningham in the 90s was my dude, man, because it was like, there wasn't a ton of black quarterbacks back then. So for somebody like him that was able to jive and juke and just battle, bro. You know what I mean? Like that was.
Dude, he's a G, man.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
He was.
That's crazy to think. Like as a kid, like I had jerseys from all other sports teams. Like I was a Bears fan when I was a kid because I grew up in Chicago. But like I had the Cunningham jersey, I had the Dallas jersey,
Yeah,
I had the Troy Aikman and the Michael Irvin jersey.
I was actually like surprised. Like I know we had the Bears. That's what I was expecting you to be a huge Bears fan when I first met you when we talked Chicago. Like the Bears may not be good right now, but the Bears have been some of the probably the best defense we've ever seen on a football field. So like
that
was one of our losses. Was last year, wasn't it, to the Bears? We had one. We had
lost.
a bad. Yeah, wasn't that one of our bad games last year? Was to the Bears.
we in the Jets.
And the Jets. Those were kind of like 2 flukes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but like they are not good now.
No.
They have Justin Fields. He's fantastic, but they have no team around him. They just have this. They have a Kyler Murray with no team, no one to throw to. Allen Robinson is in L.A. now. Like all their good guys are like leaving this Ohio State quarterback on a line to be knocked out, bro. Because he runs. He's got to run.
I mean,
Right.
hey,
He's running for his life.
Burrow did it.
He did. Well, Burrow isn't the athlete that Justin Fields is.
No.
Justin Fields is like fast.
Yeah.
He just is running with no other athletes
Yeah,
around
he's
him.
just running to get away at this point.
He's gonna have a rough season. Like I can't imagine being on a football field and it pays their mouths, their families' mouths to knock me out.
Right.
It pays all their bills to crush me, and I have nobody around me, and I'm just the only guy.
Sports cars, bro. Sports cars. Like that was the one thing. Like when I was a kid, like I always thought like I was always waiting for that poster moment. Like so, if I ever made it to the NBA, which I'm fucking not even 6'1". Like it will never happen, right? But like as a kid growing up in
Muggsy Bogues.
Chicago, I wanted to be like Mike, dude. So I was like,
Everybody
I'm
wanted
gonna,
to be like Mike.
I'm gonna make it to the NBA. You know, my dad's like, you're a fucking retard, dude. Don't even try.
Hey, what about
Muggsy Bogues and all them little cats?
Was he like
5'3",
could dunk?
5'7",
Yeah.
5'3", 5'6",
What about-
5'7".
I think 5'6".
What about the Emmett Smith era?
Bro, Emmett Smith
Who didn't
was,
have a Dallas jacket at one point?
I've
Even I
got.
did.
Oh my God, dude! So I was going through all my sports memorabilia. I got Emmett Smith's college draft card, bro. Like I've got a ton of these cards that are worth like a ton of cash, and I'm like, do I sell them now? Because like baseball cards and football cards are real high, but it's like, you know, when Michael Jordan not retires, but whenever he passes away, like that's just gonna skyrocket. And I've got a lot of Jordan errors and stuff that no one has. You know, like my dad printed Sports Illustrated magazines and like all this stuff in Chicago, so my dad would take the extra stuff home or whatever. But I've got like 12 totally awesome Sports Illustrated for kids magazines that have the Jordan playing cards in them, right? And like the sheet alone is worth $110, but I've got like the actual magazine that's bent. It doesn't have any bent in the
on the corner, like the
what do you call that? The
like
skeleton? What's that?
Like the
binding.
yeah.
So there's no creases in it at all.
So
and I've got a
good,
dozen
though.
of them.
Yeah, it's better.
And
so now that we know you
template.
Hey, all I heard was he's got 11 extra.
yeah. So seriously, bro, I wouldn't be opposed to like auctioning one off because I know like the magazines they go for, you know, the one sheet alone goes for about $110. Now the sheet is upside down and binded, so it's an air book and it's completely like unopened. They haven't been bent or used. So like I actually called an auction company out in Cali to say, hey man, like I've got some stuff here that even Michael Jordan doesn't own, like, and they're errors or they're like the Sports Illustrated magazine cover, but there's 4 covers on one sheet and it's got the convergent lines and everything in it. And it's like, you know, there was a big Jordan had a big falling out with Sports Illustrated in the 90s. So like I think 1997, 1998 they stopped doing work together at all.
Okay.
So, and that was the same time that my dad was printing all that stuff. So I got all that stuff at the house, bro. That's just like, even I could see Sports Illustrated going, I want this as a poster right when you walk into the building because it's 4 uncut sheets of like Sports Illustrated for kids with Michael Jordan dressed up as grandma knitting some shit. Like it's super rare, bro. No one's got it. Like I even talked to a sports collectible, and I was like, how much do you think I can get for this? He's like, I looked this up, dude. There's nothing online. Right. You can't find anything like this online.
Let me call a friend. I got a friend who specializes.
Yeah, right. Well, I told him, I'm like, bro,
let's get this sold.
I'm like, bro, you're not gonna find any of it because my dad was a manager of the printing company, and he was the only one that can get the stuff out. So unless somebody stole from the company to bring it out of there, like I'm the one that's got it because my dad, he would just grab a stack of them and then bring them home to the house. Like, here, hang on to this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Knew.
Like, yeah,
He had the vision.
Yeah,
for sure. He knew that there's something about certain athletes, like especially a Michael Jordan, that's like they're. I mean, if they show up anywhere, it's on the news.
Yeah,
it doesn't even. It doesn't even matter if they show up at any event.
Yeah, once Burrow wins the Super Bowl here, he's gonna be our Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Oh, bro, he's already on the way to
Yeah.
raising. Like there's gonna be, like I said, 10 years from now, there's gonna be a whole group of kids that are all gonna be doing the gritty, like wanting to be Joe Burrow.
They are there now. I mean, this is the moment of the truth. Like this season, I think we need to expect that they're not gonna do that same level. We need to give them the leniency to give a year or 2 left, and then the high expectation happens. It was like if we were expecting Super Bowl, you're not. Let's be realistic there, but I would say the next 2 to 3 years, man, if we make a trip or 2, and before you're going to win one of them.
If we go to the playoffs,
we didn't play this. Statistically, they have to win one by the more they're going back.
Right. We've gotten rid of the 49ers whole thing, so we haven't lost to them every time.
Personally, I wanted to play the 49ers.
So did I. Third time a charm. That's my thought process.
I was like,
they're not this good of a team.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know if they're going to make it back. That's their whole organization. I don't know if you've seen much about Trey Lance and all that whole situation, but like very interesting. But like
They're crumbling.
they re-signed Jimmy Garoppolo, and Trey Lance is annoyed, quote unquote. He's annoyed by them re-signing Jimmy, even though Jimmy's like his kind of a mentor. Yeah. Jimmy's been in the league, man. He would play for the Patriots. He's been with Tom Brady.
Right.
Like Trey Lance should be thanking them for like, hey, thank you for giving me a mentor that teaching me how. Because Trey Lance did not play many college games, man. He came from a small college.
You have to really respect the people that have,
done it,
experienced.
Done it. I mean,
100%.
Yeah. So like with that being said, like there's a lot going on there. So I don't see the 49ers being that. I do think they have the best roster in the NFL, but quarterback is the most important position. And when you can't decide and you got a young guy, too much.
Restroom break.
Alrighty.
Did you happen to see the stats on Sauce Gardner? He plays for
for
the Jets.
Yeah.
So they
Jets
said,
Jets have got some picks, man.
Yeah, no, I mean Sauce Gardner's he's a beast.
Oh, 100%.
No, he never gave up a touchdown in college football.
I know that. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And they said that he wasn't. I don't even think he was targeted in preseason. I don't think they would throw anywhere near him.
Yeah, he's next level stud. We like when he at UC he made his presence very, very known. So we knew we had the talent there. Ritter is where the evolution happened for us to make that kind of run for the college football playoff. But Sauce Gardner, man, he's real deal athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the right position. He's got that fallback ability. I mean, cornerback's got to have that's the Bengals' biggest vulnerability right now is our cornerback play. So that's my biggest worry if I had to be. I mean,
I'm just anxious to see how the defense is going to hold up, period, for sure.
The defense is my definite fear, but I mean, our D-line, I think we're going to be solid. I think we're going to be at the quarterback a lot. It's linebacker. We should be pretty solid there, but it's that cornerback.
We're going
to get burned some, I feel, but offenses are pretty prevalent anyways, so we're going to burn others. It's just about it's going to be a shootout for us.
What do you think about Scales? Did you see him?
I did.
So that's a friend of mine's cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a comedian friend of mine on Facebook. We call him Hilarious Scales. That's his cousin.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, and he.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's been back and forth. A lot of people don't know, but like, he was a Bengal one week, and then he got shipped off to Pittsburgh last year.
Yeah.
And then I think that's where he pretty much stayed, and then got picked back up by Cincinnati.
I mean,
he looked okay in preseason.
Yeah,
though.
he did. He did.
I'm hoping he's going to get a shot.
I mean, this would be the season for it, man. Like that's the thing is like with them adding an extra week to the NFL, so it's an 18-week season, 17 games, everyone gets a bye. With 18 weeks, a lot of people are in the theory of the quarterbacks. Everybody should only play 16 weeks or less, so they should get a week off, and a backup plays or they play a part game.
Yeah.
And with positions like cornerback and running back and all these other positions that are wear and tear on bodies, you might see a third or fourth string player get that opportunity to play in week 15 against the Jets per se. You know what I mean? Against the Bears. Like they might play a weaker game.
Yeah.
Like Lamar Jackson is talking about trying to he doesn't have an agent. His mother is doing the contract negotiations for him.
Yeah.
And they're talking about he may not play week 1. Not I think he will, but there's ideas that
Who do they play week 1?
The Jets.
They play the Jets.
Yeah, so they're thinking that it's probably going to be a win no matter what, regardless of who the quarterback is playing. And the Ravens have a solid backup, so because they have a solid athletic backup, that's not that different from Lamar Jackson. Yeah. So because they have him, he probably still going to win against the Jets. So Lamar Jackson, don't play week 1, play week 2, and keep it going because it's not going to make any difference. We added a game to the season, so it's not like you're playing any less than the previous quarterbacks, right?
Right.
So that's a whole talk going on, and I get it for cornerbacks because, dude, these guys, and especially like linemen, but like linemen you have to have,
right,
because they're important, or else your quarterback's going to get killed. But like some of the physical positions, taking a week off to rest your body, I mean, they're putting themselves through a lot. Right. They really are. This is no joke of a game. So guys like the fourth string, third string, they may get those opportunities because of the longer schedule, the longer season.
Yeah.
So, that's definitely something your homie could make it happen.
Yeah, no, he's got a good shot for sure.
Yeah,
he's been working hard.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to get to that level is like the smallest percentage of humans that actually made it.
People don't understand that.
How many are trying to get at the practice squad? These guys get pushed to the practice squad pretty much weekly. They're sent down there. They're like, all right, like it's not quite baseball and AA and whatever like AAA, but like football players, like if something happens to injury, send you to the practice squad, and you may not hear about because unless there's a star player, you're not going to really hear unless you do your research.
Right.
But yeah, they'll get sent to the practice squad, and they got to wait their turn and get back up there. Like it's a work, man.
Right.
They're working and they're not even in the limelight. Nobody even knows it's happening.
Right.
It's a really like. I can only imagine being in the situation where like I have to work in and out day and night to even have a chance to have an opportunity to be on the playing field day of game.
Right.
Because the practice squad isn't, they're just not dressing up.
No, they're still getting paid, but they're not.
They're getting paid, but much smaller.
Right. Yeah.
Much smaller, salary.
Yeah.
So, but like, it's just it's a lot to think about when you're like, would I put myself in the position to beat up every single day on the field, be up at 8 a.m, do my workout, go to my practice, do my workout, take my quick break, go back to my second practice, weekly, for me to never even see the playing field or not even have even a chance. I might be the third guy on the practice squad.
Right.
But I've got to be there to next year.
If you're never there, you're never getting a chance.
Never getting the chance anyways.
I mean,
yeah.
What about like a couple of these guys, where was it? Was it Cleveland or somewhere? There was like a guy one of the guys, he played in the Super Bowl at some point in the past couple of years, but he was like, he sold shoes at like a shoe store or something.
Oh, okay.
And then like the next year, he's like winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was literally working at like a Foot Locker or something.
Dude, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like, when they get their deals, they have to pay out their agent. They have to pay out certain people that are helping them along the way that get a percentage of what they're getting.
That's why Lamar only wants to hire his mom.
Yep. So he doesn't pay anyone. Yep. And he wants a fully guaranteed contract. And because the Browns gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract, Lamar wants that same thing. But Deshaun Watson, that situation,
I can't believe they picked him up.
Why would they do?
None of that made sense.
I don't agree with the entire situation. I'm just gonna state that I've talked about it on the other podcast, the sports one, Sports Talk on the Levy.
It's crazy to me that they gave him any deal.
Right.
I mean, that's
and
crazy.
It's fully guaranteed for $230 million.
Yeah.
So like, you're giving a guy that's made. I mean, I'm not there in those situations. I don't know the full details of what he did. I haven't seen the ins and outs of all the everything with the Deshaun Watson situation, but I know if there's that many situations where
there's 25 to 30 people saying
you did something,
thing, obviously you're doing something.
So you did something.
I mean, it's very very R. Kelly like. I'm sorry.
All right, you did something. You did something. So, and you're gonna be guaranteed that much money. And I know you're like physicality wise and what he's done. He is a top 3 to 5 quarterback potentially in the entire NFL. And if he would be continuing, he is star quality all day long. But you made decisions, man.
You made some terrible
decisions. You made some decisions. So, like, with that being said, to give them all guaranteed is ridiculous because now the market is set that a fully guaranteed contract can happen, and Lamar Jackson wants it. In my mind, give him $215 guaranteed, give him a $250,000 contract, and make the other $35,000. He has to stay healthy, whatever. But $215 guaranteed, that's amazing, man. Save some for the rest of the guys. Let other people on the team eat.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at with it. I hope he decides to sign the contract they want because
who is their starting QB in Cleveland for their home opener? Well, for their season, who's starting for them?
Brissett. Yeah. So he's gonna be the one
because I know you
because Baker Mayfield is in Carolina.
Mayfield is ready for Thursday. He's already talking shit. I'm not a Browns fan, but I definitely am watching Thursday night's game. I can't wait.
Oh, me too.
He's talking shit and he's ready.
It's gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be it's a good way to start off the season.
It's good TV. It's good TV, and I agree. He's gonna play all season. It's gonna be. Baker Mayfield's going to be talking a lot. He's just a vocal guy. And it's his brand, bro.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You think he's done anything by accident?
Yeah.
He's got so many smart people in his ear. He's doing commercials. He has an agent. His mom isn't the one running his contract. He is being very smart, man.
Somebody said he had more commercials than he did touchdowns last year. I'm like, you might be right.
You might not be. You might be right.
Might be right. But
you might be right.
Yeah.
But like he's smart. It doesn't. I can't hate on the dude at all because dude, he's grinding doing his thing. He may be like. I mean, he's a decorated quarterback.
Right.
I mean, he's not just. I mean, he may not be the physical of a Joe Burrow or a Josh Allen or.
But he's
Justin,
not far behind him.
But he's not that far behind. He's a starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's good.
He came in there.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold had the position. Sam Darnold was their starting quarterback in the Carolina Panthers, and Baker comes in and
says mine.
And Darnold's like, I guess I'm 2 on the depth chart.
Yeah.
So like that is you're coming to a situation, and he didn't even know the playbook. Darnold's had the playbook a year, so like we're talking.
That's a big difference to take from somebody.
You came in, you felt confident in your position, dude.
Yeah.
You're working your job, you felt confident. A new person comes in at your same position, you thought you were good, you thought you had it set, and that person literally came in and took the raise right in front of you. And now they're standing in front of you, and everything you say is like an afterthought, man. All right, well, you're back up, bro. And you used to be coming in the first day of the work, here, Sam. This is what we're doing. And now it's like, Sam, can you go get the coffee? And I'm not saying like he's gonna get coffee, but like in theory, like, hey, can you go get this now? Like, bro, I was just answering all the questions. What do you mean?
Right.
Nope. He's now our quarterback.
Yeah.
You are backup, so you're taking a quarter of the reps if we're gonna even give you some.
Yeah. But
But
get your paycheck.
make sure you get your paycheck though. See it on the way out.
Yeah.
Say that.
I forget who's the one.
Oh man, I can't only imagine.
Quarterback that got passed around from like every team. Was it Fitzpatrick? But he's made so much money because he's played for so many teams. Like,
and he's actually pretty successful.
Yeah,
he wins decent.
Yeah, I can't think of where he is now, or is he out of the league? I think he's out now.
I think he's out.
Last time I seen him, he'd
been in Washington.
Was it the Chiefs game? He was somewhere with his shirt off at a football game, swinging his shirt, drinking a beer with the fans.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And I was like, man, I love this dude. I was like, because I know that he was very successbeen with what he had done, with what he had, and he had played for he played for the
Bengals.
Yeah, he even played for the Bengals at one point.
Yeah, he's been with everyone. Like and he's been solid too. It's not like
he had a cool beard.
Right? Yeah, he had a cool beard.
That guy's got a cool beard.
Dude, I just trimmed mine down. a little bit today. I wasn't even thinking about. I was like, you know what? It was getting kind of brushy there. I was like, you know what? Because like I've had it out before, but like it's been some time. I just keep it kind of trimmed now. But like I had it out for a while, like around every time like October hits, I'm like, all right, let's just grow through the year.
Yeah.
And then it gets all brushy and stuff, and then I get the new year and it starts to get warm, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna trim it up. And right now it's warm, so I'm gonna trim it up a little bit. But like, your beard's looking fantastic, honestly, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever now. It's just like, I don't notice that it's 3 feet long anymore.
Right, yeah.
It's just, I'm used to it. But
do you ever like get it caught on things when you're like trying to like move about your day?
Yeah, I definitely have to watch what I do. Like, if I'm climbing down a ladder, like I inspect roofs. So like a lot of times, like when I go to climb off the ladder, like I don't want it to like sit in the gutter or get caught on the ladder or on a piece of metal. So I'll literally just like turn it, put like part of it in my mouth just to hold it, right?
Right.
Or I'll tuck it in my shirt, right? Because I can like put it in my shirt and then you can't see it. But I've got
it's a safety measure for sure.
I've got it caught in like gym equipment, and it's never like the whole thing that gets caught. It's always just like one little straggler, but it always yanks it out, and like it hurts.
You know what that reminds me? So it reminds me of. So I used to manage. I worked downstairs at the bowling alley for years. When it was Star Lanes, Access Alley, now it's Rotolo.
Yeah.
And Newport on the Levee bowling alley. Come check it out. But so I worked down there for years, and when you're working on the machines, because I got accustomed to like fixing basic situations with the machines because we may not be able to afford a mechanic because it's slow nights. So send the mechanic home early. Manager takes care of it. Whatever. But like, so I'd have to work on the machines a lot, and they told us, if you work on the machines to like, if you get under anything, fixing any kind of certain things, make sure you're watching your hoodie. Make sure you're watching the hoodie like the hoodie strings, because it'll catch on certain things and you'll get pulled up, dude. You'll get pulled up in the situation, and then
that thing comes down.
Yeah, you're all bets are off, man. Like some guy was killed in a local area because of some situation where it caught him. Yeah. Those machines that come down and drop the pins.
Yeah,
that is
no joke.
No joke.
Yeah.
That is real scary stuff, man. So you have to, when you're working on and it's maybe a basic part, but if it like resets, like let's say the reset's on, it resets. Someone presses a reset from the computer, and that pin like that it brings the pins down and it catches you, pulls you up. You can literally, your neck can snap. You can get crushed. There's a lot of things that could happen to that moment. Even though you're fixing one little spot, the machine should be off. But things happen. People turn stuff on.
Right.
Human error exists.
Right.
So like something like a beard.
Yeah.
Dude, that get caught in that, man. Like that would be tragedy, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I worked in a like a manufacturing plant for one little bit, like 2 years. And it was the same thing there. There was like machines that spin and all kinds of things. Like I had to always have my hair like tied up in a bun or like completely, kept away from everything because no joke, it would just catch your face, and pull you in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine. Like you mentioned climbing up or climbing down a ladder. Like, man. You would like if you were to climb down a ladder, you had to get down fast, and it caught like 2 steps up. Like, dude, you would just like
it does like
man.
It'll get caught on the hinges. Or
anything. Because how are you really paying attention to what the end's doing? Like,
it's not really the end where it gets caught. It's usually like somewhere
midwhere.
Like,
mid, okay.
So I just
that makes sense.
Right away. I'll just like throw it in my shirt though. Like I have it down. It's a system. I have it down.
I'm sure.
It would probably
you have to have
it would
adapted.
annoy the hell out of most people. The way my system functions, but it works for me.
Yeah. You got to figure. I mean, you're living your experience. Like, right. We're all living different experiences. All of us as humans in general, we're all on a different. We live in the same playing field. We're around, but we're living different.
Everyone's playing a
levels.
different game.
We are playing a different game. We've got different. We got different. Skin colors. We got different. Different like political backgrounds. People are living because their algorithm on the internet is affecting everything you're doing. So you're seeing so many different stuff. It goes down to what you're seeing on the internet, where your physical attributes are. There's so many aspects that we're all living different stuff. And something like a beard that someone else has to think about. Some girls have really long hair, and they have to think about that. They have to put it in a ponytail.
Yeah,
there's so many different. Yeah, we're not thinking about that. You know what I mean? So like, there's so many different aspects to life, and we're all. I mean, on planes, like I don't worry about it. I'm not as tall, but my buddy, dude, he's so tall. On planes, he's like, I don't even like to fly. It's been ruined unless I get that seat. He's like, I hate flying. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I love flying.
He can't fit in his seat comfortably.
Yeah, and like his experience is totally different than my own. So like, that is, it's part of the human experience, and we should embrace each other's because we have to understand that everyone's living a different life.
Yeah,
you can't even control it.
Right.
You can't pretend to be something else because you're not living it.
Right.
So it's different, especially with a beard like your own. Like, man, like climbing down a ladder, that is something I would have never even thought of. But like,
stepping on that shit, getting caught up.
Yeah. Caught on like the.
You tuck it in your shirt all the time.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Yeah, he was saying he tucks in his shirt to prevent that stuff.
I got a cool ladder too. It's my favorite tool that I own. But have you ever heard of a telescope ladder? It collapses like a telescope.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No way, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can Google it. It's super light. Its weight capacity is like 300 pounds. The one I have is 14 foot tall, but you can get them up to like 18 to 20, I think.
Oh wow!
But it's so light, you could just it just collapses down,
Right.
And you got to check it out. It's one of those things where I was like, man, I wish I invented this.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that video of that infomercial where the guy was on that whatever the home shopping network is, and they came up with the ladder that it had like 3 bending points.
Oh yeah.
So it was here, and then there was one in the middle. He's like, so you could basically do like a
scaffolding almost.
A scaffolding, yeah. And he's crawling up it, and then as he's walking across it, the thing kind of it locks down. So now instead of being like this, it drops down like this.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, now it's locked in place. Now you're good to go. And then he takes one more step, and the whole thing goes like this.
It collapsed.
And his face hit the other side of the thing, bro.
For real?
So
is this
funny,
on YouTube?
Man. Oh, for sure. It was an actual like he's. Are you looking it up right now?
No,
Bro, look.
I think he.
You know what it is? Oh, that's a telescope.
Here,
ladder.
look it up on your phone and show it to the camera, bro. Because this is hilarious, man. This guy's like, now it's in play because he's an infomercial guy, so he's like he's trying to sell it.
That's great.
All right,
dude.
Was it the home shopping?
That's like one of those people that go on the news and they have like they're doing something and they're like showing off a wild animal and then they end up getting attacked by like a tiger or a bear. It's like no shit. What do you think's gonna happen?
Right. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good, dude. All right.
I've never seen this. And that's the guy that invented it in the video, you think?
No, just the infomercial.
Okay. He's just the guy that got hired to show it off. It's very safe.
Now it's locked in place.
Oh, my gosh. What an L. He took the ultimate L.
Oh, man.
Bro, it goes straight to the
Oh man, he definitely took the L, bro. He took the L hard.
Dude,
you
know
man,
how
his
bad
face plant there.
You know how bad that dude had to have gotten heckled for that for like the next decade.
Oh, bro, you know what, man? Like, and it's not his fault at all. Like, he took one for the team, bro. He's like, I've got this.
Hopefully
like this
he
ladder.
sued the ladder company. Shit.
Man, seriously, just for like defamation of character.
Oh shit! Like this thing doesn't even work. I broke my face on
Yeah,
live
and
TV.
I told everybody it's locked in place. You
Yeah.
liars. You know what I mean?
He was that was like Steve Martin on the movie The Jerk.
Oh,
when he makes
bro.
those glasses and it's got the handle for the nose and it made him all cross-eyed.
Dude, he was hilarious, man. The fact that he travels now, he like tours and to play the banjo.
Does he really?
Yeah, bro, he's killing it. He's got his own little, I think it's a Steve Martin band is what it's called, but he travels and rocks the banjo with a little band behind him, bro.
So he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's just living it, bro. Gray hair, black glasses, still handsome as hell, just killing the game, man.
Good for him.
And that's the thing, bro. I was thinking about that earlier, man. We were talking about Brendan Fraser.
Oh yeah. They just said he just had a big weekend.
Yeah, bro. He had a 6-minute. So he just did a movie. I wish I'd have known the name of the movie right now, but at the end of the movie, they gave him a 6-minute applause, bro. Like he tried leaving.
They said he was playing an obese father or something in the movie. I did catch that part.
Yeah, I think Andrew's trying to look it up right now.
Yeah, I did catch that. He played like a character
He's
of like
not.
an obese father, which
I'm not.
he did gain a bunch of weight, I guess. Because he doesn't look like the same guy.
I think that weight was natural. I think
the part?
just,
Dude, we were just talking about
yeah.
some celebrities that are changing their looks are changing as they're
DiCaprio, bro. DiCaprio's not a
Leonardo,
sex
man.
icon anymore.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Leo's changing.
The kids don't care about him.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
39. Let me just say that shit does not fall off weight-wise as easy as it used to when I was 29.
Man,
it's
seriously.
Wait, how old are you?
41, bro.
Okay, you're older than me.
Yeah,
34.
Yeah.
And don't let the big 40.
29? Yeah.
Yeah, don't let the big 40 scare you, bro. Like from 39 and a half to 40 was my worrying point because I was like, I look at where my dad was at 40, I look at where everybody was at 40, and it's like, bro, you're on your own track, man. Like stop worrying about what everyone else was at 40,
right?
And just stay focused on where you need to be. You know what I mean?
100%.
I posted this meme earlier. It said, "You'll like this." You tell me if you agree with this. Going out for one night past the age of 30 is considered an extreme sport. And I was like, damn. I was like, I just had that weekend. I was like, to a T. And that is so on point. I was
It is, bro.
Because I felt like I need, and I didn't even like really drink. Like I smoke,
Right.
But I'm not a big drinker. And even me, I was just like, man, I feel like I need a whole day to just recover.
Yeah, bro.
Just from being up late.
An IV drip, just for being up past 2 a.m.
Just being up late. That's
Yeah.
it. It's like I couldn't imagine doing it and being hungover.
Man, seriously, like our early 20s, late 20s, it was crazy that up till 3 o'clock in the morning and then getting up for Scott's lawn service at 7, bro. Like it was no business.
Yeah, I liked working there when I did.
They're great, bro. They're great, man.
I crushed it there.
Yeah.
They
They give you some incentives, man.
Yeah, my incentives were when you get done with your schedule, which I did,
Mhm.
like 4 hours early. I was that fast.
Yeah.
I was making my manager, whose name was Tony at the time, making him look really good for the company, real good. I was a new guy, came in there and just dominated like my schedule.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I asked him, I was like, what do you do about all these people that pull up and ask you for like side work? He's like, if you're done with your schedule, he's like, make all the money you can. Don't tell anyone besides you and me.
Good for him, man.
So I was making an extra $400 or $500 a day some days.
I mean, that and side jobs make the world go around, man. That was the one thing. So Scott's like, I did sales for like the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And they give you like $3 a sale, right? And they expect you to get 15 sales a day, 75 sales a week.
Some unrealistic.
But
bullshit.
then when you go in the field and when you're actually treating lawns, they give you $50 a sale. Right? Because they don't want you to pocket that $45 treatment,
right?
Which makes sense. But then it's like, okay, so
this is where the money is.
It's where the money's at.
Yeah.
You know, but I tell you, man, them side jobs make the world go around, and Scott's understands. Like they know that there's, you know, there's extra money on the table. You know, there's all the product. You know, they're obviously like cracking down on it now with the cameras in the cars and the like before,
well,
we were printing out MapQuest.
Now that's just because MapQuest, right?
Yeah, we were printing out MapQuest.
Now they're putting cameras in the car because you got guys like Steve going to the strip club and getting a truck filled up.
Not wearing your seatbelt, bro. That's what you get in trouble for. They got a camera in the car now. You got to wear a seatbelt at all time. And if you're sitting at a location for more than 10 minutes, they're gonna message you and go, "What are you doing?"
And I get that. You know what I mean? As somebody who does what I do
having
now,
lunch, right?
Like
taking a break.
You need, people do have to take things serious. You know what I mean,
bro? You know who developed that program is somebody that used to be a lawn tech. Swear to God, guaranteed, bro. Like because you know they already know. Hey, you're done by 12. You need to go ahead and get back to the office and then clean your truck or do whatever you need. Like don't hang out till 2:30 and do side jobs.
So since you mentioned like side jobs, like I'm glad you kind of brought that up. But this is why I'm a big fan of keeping cash in our society, because what people don't understand is once they're trying to eventually they want to get rid of all cash and currency,
all of it. They don't want you to own anything.
Eventually they want everything to be digital and that's it.
You will own nothing and you will love it was their quote.
And what people don't understand is
2030
once that people have conformed and that happens, there's no more side jobs. There's no more side hustles. There's no anything because they're going to control everything currency-wise.
Right.
Everything is going to be – I don't know if we even can stop it, you know?
Right.
I really don't know. But that's the direction they're going with everything financially.
Yeah, but I do think the physical aspect of cash, people will keep that as long as they humanly can.
Until it's not worth anything, though. If the government stops, if they go, hey – Square, you're not taking cash anymore as payments. Like there's like I don't know
if they do implement stuff like that,
and even
that's gonna make news though. There's gonna be you're gonna find people going to take extreme efforts to bury cash. Yeah. So people are going to take cash out, physical cash, and they're going to bury it away.
But it's not gonna make any difference though if society doesn't accept it.
Yeah,
bro.
saying like if the government says the dollar is no longer
the physical dollar, but like as that happens,
so
what happens then? The
dollar's only worth what people want to pay for it at that point for a nostalgia factor. Because if you can't take $10,000 and buy a car, then what are you gonna like? What's the value of the dollar anymore? There's no value.
I mean, is the goal to put everyone on credit? You know what I mean? Like
they want to use a social credit score.
That's insane, bro.
They're doing it already in China.
Yeah, already doing it in China, and it's like the scariest thing on it. It's Black Mirror, bro. It's Black Mirror.
It really is.
Like everything that's happening right now is like they're trying to do a credit score where like. You know, that one episode where like you get in an argument with somebody at fucking Starbucks, guess what? You're getting a negative star, and all of a sudden your
credit limit is depleted for the month or the year.
And you're not like on Black Mirror. It affected everything. It affected your social credit. It affected your online, everything.
Yeah, any moves you could make are pretty much relegated with whatever they give you. Yeah, it's like. You're controlled at that point, and that is scary to think that could happen. But there's resistance that we have in America. There are people that will try to resist. I'm not inciting anything, but people will fight back. They will fight back on a humanistic level.
Half
the
population will fight back.
They will fight back, and they will find a way, because you don't want chaos to ensue from decisions. So like, there's gonna be a balance that'll fall into place. I think we're at a balanced system now, even though it even is heavy. There's more money made digitally than there's made physically. So like, we're already past the point
of the actual physical dollar.
Yeah, right. So like, we're already past the point. So
but the problem is
that
though,
next level's scary.
So when it comes to like printing money, right? So they've printed so much money to the point that the dollar bill is not worth $1 anymore.
Right.
So if they can do it digitally, like what? Who's to say that the United States isn't going to fuck this up and just come out with a limited amount of coins that makes the coin not worth the coin? That was the whole point of Bitcoin, was there was only a certain amount of Bitcoin. So as people bought into it, the price per Bitcoin came up. But
because
I don't see the United States regulating anything.
There was a percentage there. They knew they got the percentage of what they had. The money is continued to be printed in an endless amount. So they're
right. So you can have a percentage of a Bitcoin,
right? And you know that number from the jump. Whereas the money being printed, they can print as much as they want, and there's no regulation.
If it goes
on that.
digitally, they don't like who. I don't see the United States putting a cap on digital currency.
Exactly.
I don't think it would be.
But a Bitcoin has. But a Bitcoin has a cap.
I don't think it would be us. I think it would be
how much is mined.
Yeah, I mean, you sit back and actually look at the amount of stuff made in China.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's insane.
Everything.
I mean, we learned last year how vulnerable the United States is when it comes to production of everything.
And it doesn't matter to me what people's political opinions are, but I liked the fact that Trump was trying to get all the deals made back in America and keeping the products.
They were putting tariffs on it. Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, that's the way it should be. Like, why do we have to always get stuck footing the bill for everyone else around the world?
Right.
Which, now look, what they said that Biden just asked to give away another $13-something billion to Ukraine for safety or something.
It's insane.
Yeah.
The dollar bill is just depleting.
Did you know that they put a federal mandate law in place that the money cannot be tracked by anyone in the government?
Come on.
Dead serious. They mandated it to where they're not allowed to. They don't have to show any transaction where it's going.
Yeah, and all this stuff is such bullshit, man. Like Nancy Pelosi's husband, like dropping, like the whole thing with the electric cars and how he dumped a ton of money into it.
After he just got off scot-free on his DUI with a kid in the car.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, insane. But so he actually, they backtracked. So he pulled a bunch of money out of gas and went into electric a couple days before they did that big EV thing.
Yeah.
And then he had it was so off scale that he had to pull the money out, and he lost like $4 or $5 million by pulling it out. But it was like, they were like, dude, this is a fucking red flag that you're gonna get pinned for. So you're gonna pulling the money out, and losing it. But it's like, how do you, how are you making more money than fucking Warren Buffett in the stock market? Like, Warren Buffett's been like, he's
the OG.
Bro, he took his bicycle when he was like 10 years old and wrote it off in taxes when he was doing newspapers. At 10 years old, like this is somebody that I've known. This is my dad's idol. So like, I've known about Warren Buffett since I was a kid. And so the fact that he was like doing a paper route and then riding his fucking bicycle off in taxes, like, hey, I need new tires, like,
this is a tax write-off.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And so Nancy Pelosi's husband is smarter than this guy. Come on, man.
Yeah, no.
Like,
definitely know that's not the truth.
Yeah, it's insane to see where, bro. I was like, we went to the grocery store last night, and like, I usually don't pay attention to the prices of stuff. I just get what I need, but like, everything is on sale for $5.99. The same stuff that was $2.99 6 months or a year ago is on sale for $5.99. I'm like, why is everything $6, dude? Like
Everything's way
dude,
up.
Vinegar, like white vinegar.
Yeah.
Just a gallon of it, $5.99. Like why? Bleach, $5.99. Why is bleach $5? It was $1.25 a year ago.
Yeah.
For the generic version.
Right.
It's all has to do with weight. I'm telling you, it all has to do with weight, and it's all has to do with gas prices and traveling from here to there to get from one point to another.
I was watching.
The supply chain has changed everything, bro.
Yeah.
Supply chain has literally changed the way we look at everything. So
Yeah.
it's insane.
If you want to get an idea of where the market is really going to go, you have to watch the people that sell livestock and meat, because they know to a T.
They're 6 months ahead of everybody.
They're trying to run them out of business. They're trying to take over all the farms. They're trying to buy up all the land.
But like they're burning them down, right? Like how many
factories? Like 20
something have burned down in the past.
Food plant factories have burned to the ground in America in 2 years. I mean, that's not a coincidence.
Right. It's insane that all this is happening, and it's all under the radar. No one talks about it. The
media doesn't cover it hardly.
It's there and it's gone, bro. We were talking about Wayfair earlier today.
Yeah.
The fact that Wayfair scooted out of that whole like child trafficking thing blows my mind.
It feels so swept under the rug. It blows my mind.
There was,
just for that factor alone, swept.
I mean,
we're not talking about it.
Who's paying $25,000 for a dresser though? You know what
I
mean?
That's
like
named. Like Elvira or
a missing kid, right?
Yeah,
they were like named after missing people essentially.
And Wayfair, like I read the article today. Wayfair came back and said that those prices dictate the quality of those containers, and it's like, bro, the same thing here is $1,149, but this version with it was like a less photograph version. It wasn't as detailed. It's $13,000, and the name is an abducted child from the United States. Like,
doesn't make any sense.
Zero, and the fact that it was shoved under the rug within a week. Within a week, no one was talking about it. Everybody was like, "Okay, so are we buying from Wayfair again?" And I was like, "Yeah, everything's cool."
I mean, we stopped talking about that pretty much as soon as the next big thing happened, and we're looking at
could have been the pandemic that happened right after it.
Yeah, I mean. We are at a position where the internet takes precedent over everything. So as soon as something is entered the realm of the web is what they used to call it, the World Wide Web. Yeah. As soon as it enters there, it's free game for everybody.
Do you think it's pandemic or plandemic? Because I think plandemic.
Plandemic, 100%.
Plandemic. It's quite the thing we talked about it last week or the week before. I think it was last week that I mentioned that the CDC has completely removed stay-at-home ordinance.
All of their guidelines completely changed, 100%.
Yeah, like
and half the people are still banned from Facebook that said, "Hey, don't wear the masks. Yeah. It doesn't work."
Right, and we learned that.
That was for me. That was a common sense thing. Literally, something tells me if I smother myself all day long with this mask, and I'm not breathing fresh air, it's not going to be good for my body. And if I do that for 1 to 2 years,
your immune system's shot.
Way down.
100%.
Yeah. Now, if somebody's sick, they know that. You know if you're sick. So, of course, you would wear a mask, or you would just stay home and isolate. And
bro, if you feel sick, you don't want to go out, right? Like you're
common
sick.
sense.
Yeah.
But if you're sick on your body fundamental level, like you're sick you're in and out of doctors all the time. You know who you are. Like you're there. And if they're like recommend, encourage, and if not, tell them like this is a part of your prescription, wear a mask.
Yeah.
You know, you have to wear a mask because your immune system isn't going to be able to hold up. I'm sorry, that's the card you've been dealt.
Yeah.
My dude, my girl, whatever. Like, you have to go out with a mask. If they wear a mask, totally understand. But at the end of the day, the general public has moved on from masks.
Right.
CDC says no more staying home. If you find out you are COVID positive, we recommend wear a mask, but you're going back to work in real time.
The employers
now.
aren't paying you to be off work anymore.
No more.
They're done with it.
It's done. So like now we're living in the new normal, and the new normal, which is the new normal, is that you're going to work regardless of the sickness.
Yeah.
And we're back to pre-pandemic, because like remember how hard it was to get off work sometimes for certain jobs. Like I've worked many jobs playing music, so I've always had to have a kind of a job where you come, you go, whatever, depending on like, you know, how busy it's going to be. But like because of those kind of jobs, I always see having long periods of time off for certain employees hard to do. They don't just let it happen. You have to put like the request in months in advance to even get a week off. And because we live in that society, like pandemic let people off the hook.
Right.
I don't have to be. We
You
can
could
open
just-
at 4:00 now. We don't have to open at noon anymore. The world doesn't open until 4:00 now.
You could be like, I'm going home. I got COVID.
Exactly.
Be off for 2 weeks.
Yes, they did. No problem. They didn't
Right.
even question it.
Right.
But now we're sitting in a position where if you went off, put your request back in. We're normalizing, man.
I think that they projected a lot more businesses to collapse than what actually did.
That's fair. That's fair.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
And
I could totally see that.
yeah.
We survived as a small business. We survived. We made the most of the pandemic. But I could see how some small businesses on like the food and the bar industry
Yeah.
go under real quick because there's no one allowed to be there.
At the least, the pandemic should have been a learning lesson for most people. Like, if you were like, man, I'm about to go through this entire thing, and I've only got
I already know where you're going with this.
$400 saved in my
Yeah.
bank
Yeah.
account, but I've been out to the club every weekend for the past 5 years and got every new shoe that came out that I wanted. Like, my priorities are fucked up.
100%.
And that's a one thing I tell people. I'm like, well, hopefully you at least learn something from this, because I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a bunch of companies that went under. Like, so March 2020, March 17th is when like the pandemic. March 16th, the day before St. Patty's Day, it officially like went down. But like within 3 months, I started seeing people going, "Oh man, we got to close because of the pandemic." Like those people, like they weren't in the fight at all. You know what I mean? Like, but thankfully, like I do want to give a shout out to Newport on the Levee, man, because this place isn't cheap at all. This is the most expensive piece of property within 20 miles. I guarantee it, man. But the levy knew what was happening, and they said, "Hey, we're going to adjust this. We don't want you to lose." So they adjusted the rent and everything during the pandemic. That gave us a chance to actually thrive.
Yeah.
And so like shout out to Tim Perry and the levy, because without them adjusting everything and saying, "Hey, we know what everyone's going through," like we would have been closed, and I would have been back in Dayton, Kentucky, man, in a little 400 square foot store trying to make it happen.
In a place where your mail never makes it.
Bro, I had so many fucking
This dude was like that.
files out.
This dude could have started his own Amazon with all the missing packages he never got.
Man,
I know about the missing packages, bro.
I've
I
got so many cameras on that house now. You can set that package on in a parking spot, bro, and no one's gonna take it anymore. You know what I mean?
Is that what it was? People were always stealing them?
Yeah, so Amazon was always setting the package on my front door. So my front door is here, and then there's the 3-foot sidewalk, and then the Kentucky State Highway.
Yeah.
And there's honestly probably on every hour there's at least 15 to 20 people that walk past my front door. Not my front yard.
Yeah.
They can and I had to turn my doorbell off 10 years ago because people would just ring my doorbell as I walked by.
Yeah.
So it's that close. Like they can just bing, but they would just set the package on the sidewalk because I didn't have a stoop. It was just the door. So they would just set it right there, and you could literally just scoop and pick it up and walk away.
Once somebody found out you were ordering cool shit, they came back every week.
I mean, when Nike puts "Just Do It" tape all around the box, it's kind of a dead giveaway that I'm getting a sneaker drop, right? Like, ooh wee, man. But all right, man. So we were there was something I wanted to touch on a minute ago.
Afro Man.
I do want to talk about Afro Man.
There's a lot to talk about, man. Honestly,
Bro,
if you want to get in the newsworthy,
no, for sure, bro. So Afro Man is a good friend of both of ours, man. We've been friends with him for probably over a decade now, and he's here in Ohio. You know, he's an Ohio native, right? And he doesn't do anything but go and make sweet music and smoke sweet weed.
He
lives in Adams County.
Yep. Yeah. I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's aware of Adams County at this point.
My dog came from there, bro. One of my pups came from there.
Yeah. His whole story with that raid on his house when he was out of town. I mean, they kicked in his front door.
Bro, not only did they kick in his front door, they broke his gate.
Yeah.
Right. So they bent his gate back to his driveway, and then they parked all in his grass too. Like that's just like insult to injury, bro. Like why don't you park on the driveway? Why do you got to pull in the grass? So why? So I can pull my car out of the driveway and you guys can have me on a high speed chase? Like why wouldn't you just park on the driveway?
And they were like checking in like little tiny spaces for him to be hiding. You know what I mean? It's
Bro,
like, dude, he's a large human being.
They
like,
went through all of his suit jackets looking for money or drugs. Like they just started going through, just picking all the pockets.
And the video was interesting because they were like making nice with his wife. So like they were like talking like they were like no big deal.
Oh, he's a Lakers fan.
Right, exactly.
Like, yeah, you didn't see the Lakers car out in the driveway.
Talking small talk while you're, literally raiding his house.
Yeah.
It was the whole video.
Super disrespectful. The one dude was like staring at his freaking he had like a cake on his counter.
Bro.
And I swear that was like the first thing I noticed. I think I was smoking when I was watching it actually, and I was like, man, this is literally like Paul Blart, the mall cop, that's standing there with his gun drawn and ain't gonna do shit to nobody.
Dude,
that dude shouldn't even be a cop.
Double taking the fucking the cake, the pound cake sitting on the counter.
Dude, I was laughing. Man, when I seen that.
Yeah, bro. But like, so they raided his house for drugs and kidnapping, which is like beyond wild that you would even think that somebody at that stature is trying to kidnap someone. Like I don't know where they got that information from, but the fact that would even went through the courts and said, okay, like
who approved that? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying,
like,
bro.
He wouldn't be dumb enough to be a part of a kidnapping,
right?
And he's always he
right.
performs randomly where he gets booked all over the country. In other countries, he just got back from Canada, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, he still gets booked. I mean, I've booked him for events before.
For sure. So have I.
People,
man, he's
people come out and see him. And
people come out to enjoy his time, bro. Like he's not a thug. He's not somebody out here trying to sling drugs. He wrote a song called "Because I Got High," and now 10 years later, you gotta raid his house, bro. They stole $4,000 from him and said that was drug money.
Right.
If you found no drugs in that house you took $4,000,
they found personal roaches. Roaches
that were in the ashtray.
Right.
It's not like he was hiding.
It's a joke.
So that's theft in my eyes. If you come into my house looking for drugs, you find nothing but roaches, and then you take $4,000.
It makes me mad that they did him dirty like that.
And say that this was drug money.
Yeah.
Bro, you are stealing from me.
Raise your hand 100%. If you've ever been in a drug bust.
Bro, I've never been in a drug bust, but
I haven't.
How much of this do you want to talk about?
Oh,
because this is something where
we might have to save that for another episode.
I'm okay for that because I know this is going to be a 2-hour conversation. This is something that back in the day when you first got busted for it, like I
got busted buying 5 pounds of weed in Warren County actually. They set me up buying in a school zone. So they
did it on purpose to get you.
Yeah, I didn't get caught selling weed. I got caught buying weed. And they set it up they chose a location. They set me up in a school zone.
Wow, dude.
And then next thing you know, boom, 20 SWAT, tactical gear just right there. And
and they were able to tack on other charges, I'm sure, because it was in a school zone, right?
Yeah, they enhanced the charges.
Jesus, man.
It's crazy that it's like y'all went through this to
sell me stuff.
To sell me weed?
Yeah.
I'm like the guy that comes to all your events and supports you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm friends with a lot of cops. A lot of cops were pissed that happened to me. Now granted, I'm an adult. I put myself in a situation. I've acknowledged that. I handle my business. I went to jail. I pled guilty, got it over with, and now it's in the process of expungement. Thankfully I can get it off my record because I want it expunged because there are certain countries I want to travel to and you can't get in with a felony.
Right.
So, but it was a learning lesson, and it was expensive.
I bet,
It was an expensive learning lesson.
I bet, and you didn't get to smoke any of it.
No, I did not.
Which is the worst part, bro.
Right.
At least you got a little bit to tote back on and
got to look at it. That was a crazy year for me. That was the year I won the National Beard and Mustache Championships, and then I got booked on Jimmy Fallon.
That was cool as shit, bro.
Dude, I got booked on Jimmy Fallon.
Man. All right.
He was in there with Miley Cyrus and a little.
Right.
They stuck everybody in. Well, you can tell about it.
Yeah,
Everybody was stuck in a phone booth, bro. That was Bro, I am so proud of you, man. I am, because I know
big time.
I know how hard you work to get to that point, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you've got the beard as like your staple, right? But you got to have a personality behind it, and you got to have the drive to do it, man. Like, you got to be able to answer that phone. You got to be able to respond to those emails and text messages and everything, man.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. They're like, "How'd you end up on Jimmy Fallon?" You know, and I was like, really, just through Facebook. I said, I hired Simeon to come out and film a little video for me at this.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Simeon's ridiculous.
Yeah, he came and just filmed like a little video for me at 18-8 Men's Salon. They made like
yeah. Right next to me, Cozumel, right?
Yeah. Shout out to me, Cozumel, best.
Yes.
Don Rigos.
Top tier, yeah.
Don Rigos is my number 2, but me Cozumel is the best.
Shout out for sure.
Yeah, but he came and made a little video of me getting like lined up at the barber, and and
he made it look ridiculous, bro. Like when he comes in, like you could just be sitting on a toilet, and he's like, "How'd you make that look cinematic, bro?"
Yeah, you made it look like a movie, dude. But no, so I had this video made, and I just said, like, when you look good, you'll feel good, and you'll produce good. I'm Gary Faulkner, and this year I'm going to win the National Beard and Mustache Championships at the Ryman, blah, blah, blah. And it was something like that, So it was in Nashville at the Ryman. I ended up winning.
Hell yeah.
And
put that shit into fruition, bro.
Yeah, right. And I put that video on, like, Instagram and Facebook immediately before I ever even went out of town, and I put the hashtags up for the event. So Jimmy had actually came into my green room and was asking me, he's like, how do you come up with some of your ideas and stuff? And I said, man, I was like, I just get these ideas and I just roll with them. I was like, kind of like how you found my video. He goes, dude, your video was perfect timing. He goes, I was looking for stuff, with my assistant on characters we wanted to have come on the next show. He's like, and the beard competition, every time they do the national championship, they bring out a handful of photographers who are really, really good.
They're phenomenal, bro. You got some killer shots, man.
Yeah, well, they're great at photography, but what they're also great at is getting those articles to places that reshare them on multiple platforms. So you'll see me on, dude, I've been on everything. Seriously, I've been on board Panda, every version of ESPN you can name, even the Hispanic version. I mean, dude, I'm on a Hispanic ESPN at the Super Bowl.
That's awesome, bro.
I've literally been featured on everything you could think of.
And so in the on this YouTube video, like I was gonna post all the accolades.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put ESPN because like I don't like there'd be too many to mention, man. Because it's like every time that you're wearing that beard, you got the stripes in the beard. You're sitting on in the very first row. That beard's hanging off the edge, like onto the field.
This Sunday,
it's got the orange and black in it. It's super fire, bro. Like, why wouldn't like photographers want to capture that moment, right? So then that was another thing that we were talking about earlier, man. Is that like you've got to pay for these tickets. Like you don't get them for free, and that's what people need to understand. Like,
yeah, they just need to hire me to come inspect their roofs.
Right? Yeah,
Gary does roofs.
Gary does roofs, man.
Pay for my own tickets. I don't mind paying for my own way. I mean, it helps out on the back end. So if you're that's a cool thing. You don't ask for tickets. You're not like, hey man, can I get some, free shit? No, I make a good income selling roofs, and I stay. I'm a hustler. I work 7 days a week. People may not see it, but I'm constantly working.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason I look at a benefit to getting tickets or getting the extras, the additives to life, whatever, you know what I mean? Like that next level of like promotion that you're giving to the Bengals and the different organizations.
I mean,
that is promotion that your average Joe is seen.
Yeah.
And cause
I mean, you know what the cool thing was I got last year?
Yeah, what's up?
I got, you know what I got to do during the Super Bowl? Dude, I got invited on Barstool's podcast by Portnoy himself.
Yeah,
did you?
Insane.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
In LA, I mean, it don't get any bigger than
absolutely.
that. The only thing on that level that I could think of would be Joe Rogan.
Right,
and that carries weight. That carries weight because, like, in reality, we sit in this social media pocket, and it's hard to put yourself above the rest.
Yeah.
And when you're getting opportunities from people that are, the Joe Rogans, the Barstools, like these different platforms that everyone's going to. Like when I follow something, if it's a big content creator, that's all I'm seeing. But if I follow homie down the street, I'm not seeing his content the same that I'm seeing Barstool's,
Right.
right? So like, if you're on that is promotion for Cincinnati. That's promotion for everybody that in the beard community. It doesn't have to be local.
Everything I'm connected
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a dollar amount attached to that to these companies.
And you've always been very good at that, man. You've always been very
Yeah.
good with like connecting
100%.
Cincy shirts and doing all that stuff, man. Like
Yeah,
when
they-
you had
so-
to deal with them, that they put you on the side of the
They put me on their wrap
truck.
on their van. Yeah.
That was awesome, bro.
Mobile bill. I think it's still there.
Awesome, man. It should be.
Yeah, mobile billboard.
I gotta get nicer arms, man.
Oh, you're good. No, I just pulled it out. I was just trying to move it. Yeah, I got a lot of love for Cincy shirts too. So I work. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you make money off all the shirts with your face and stuff?" I was like, "Actually, no." I was like, I didn't really do it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
I made a deal with them. Anytime I wanted merch for charity events, they would let me come in and just get what I wanted to give away.
Oh, cool.
So that's how I worked that out.
Well, good for you, man, because that's something that it's got to be, because everybody went there to buy that shirt, right? So and it wasn't because
Hold
of
on,
Cincy shirts, it was because of your face with that long ass beard.
I don't know if you know this. Did you know that their window got broke twice, and their store got robbed, and both times they stole a stack of the shirts with my face on it.
I bet, man.
That's crazy.
I saw when they got broken into. They got ramsacked, bro.
No, this was before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This was before. This was few years ago, but yeah, they definitely got their window broken. He told me, he's like, they stole the whole stack of the shirts with your face on them. Granted, they were also against the window,
Right.
So I told him, I was like, dude, it's just because that was the closest thing they could get. I was
Right.
like, I doubt they're that much into the dude with the beard.
Right.
Right.
You never
Exactly.
know though, man.
Yeah.
You take what's popular, man. If that's the most popular tee down there, Cincy shirts,
Yeah, but
For
they've
sure.
done well, and they've done a lot for the zoo. They've given a lot of money. A lot of the income they've made off the Fiona stuff, they've put into the zoo.
Well, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
They made fucking $1 million off of it, so
Yeah.
of course they can give them
Yeah.
a little bit to the zoo.
Yeah.
On that shit.
They're good dudes too.
For sure, man. I like Darren. I love Josh.
Yeah.
Those are good dudes. But we're in the same lane, trying to
Everyone's kind of doing their own thing in the same business.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, they got some designers that are over there, kind of fucking with my brain right now, man. Some like third party designers are stealing my shit and giving it to them and trying to say, hey, this is my logo, and I'm like, hey, Josh, I've had this logo for 3 years, and Josh is like, my bad, like
Yeah.
takes it off the website.
Yeah.
So I love those guys for the fact that they're always
Keeping it real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if hey man, sorry bro, we've got a new designer in. He threw this logo our way to say, hey, it looks like our
Yeah.
our design or whatever. But that's just how it is in the clothing industry, man. We've had a bunch of people knock our shit off, and it's either you gotta adapt or die, bro. But
Nope, it happened. I mean, it
Everywhere.
Happens, it happens to me.
it happens. It happens with bro.
dude,
I
yeah.
can't imagine how many times you probably have seen that. Okay, a question that I want to ask after this.
Yeah.
One of my favorite beards that you ever did was that basketball goal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is fucking ridiculous.
I
dude.
called it LeBeard James.
Yeah, which is and
Nice.
like
And
Nice.
I wore it to the Cleveland game that they played in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And I literally
at
got,
US Bank.
Yeah, and I literally got featured on ESPN more than LeBron did during the game.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And so like things like that, like so you'll see other people rocking that hoop net.
Yeah.
Like and it's got to upset you, right? Because it's like, man, that came from my brain. Like that was
So like notable things I 100% invented. The glitter beard. That was me. The app where you see like Snapchat or whatever makes the filter possible for people to make their beard a glitter beard.
right.
Okay.
I did the glitter beard. I was like the originator of it. 2011,
Oh shit.
Columbus, Ohio. Yeah,
Half
Pink.
the size of the beard
Pink.
you got
It was
now.
pink. I got pictures. With
Oh,
the
I
big-
remember that beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ornaments in the beard, the Christmas.
That was
ornament.
fire, bro.
Dude, I saw that. Yeah.
I literally made my beard into an upside down Christmas tree with working lights. Like
right.
nobody can fuck with that.
Right,
I
right.
I did that.
That's
Like, that
next
started
level,
here.
dude.
Yeah.
That's next level.
But things like that, like the beer cans, the 6-pack of beers,
Who days?
Who Days. Now, I don't take credit for inventing it because I didn't, but I take credit for making it explode on the internet because it did.
Yeah.
And the dude that originally did it, or who I thought originally did it, He lives in like Virginia, and
Good for you,
and
bro.
And I even messaged him. I said, "Hey, man, would it be an insult if I did the 6-pack beard? Because I seen you do it. I seen him do it actually years before when I did the glitter beard in Columbus. So I had seen it done by him there. And you know what he told me? He goes, "Oh, I didn't invent it either. Some dude from Texas did. I stole it from him." I said, "Fucking money." So
that's awesome.
So I
bro.
did it. I did it for training camp. Yeah, that was when.
And that photo,
that photo blew
You know,
up.
you had Andy Dalton fucking taking photos with you with that. That shit was fire, bro.
Yeah, that shit was that really just went way up on the internet for me.
Yeah, man. You know, I was a fan of Andy, bro. But like,
I liked him. I wanted him to get over the hump. You know what I mean? I wanted him to be that guy.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem was, man. His like team let him deal with his Facebook, bro. So like after the game would end, people would be bashing him on his Facebook, and I'm looking at this going, why is his publicist letting this happen? Like, people are going straight to his Facebook and going, "You fucking suck. I can't believe you did this, blah, blah, blah." And he would respond, "Hey, I'm so sorry, man. I'll try better next week." I'm
For
like,
real?
Get Facebook out of this dude's face, bro, so he can fucking concentrate on football. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy to see how many people hate on you for, like, imagine working
Dude,
at...
he did the best that he could with what he had, and he got us to where we needed to be 5 seasons in a row. He got us there. I think at that point it was also coaching was a problem.
Yeah.
For sure.
Marvin Lewis wasn't the guy to get us over the hump.
He wasn't.
He
He wasn't.
bro.
He was consistent, but he was consistent. We were dealing with the Steelers have taken a lot of our shine. So because we've dealt with their I mean, they're a solid organization top to bottom. So because they're fundamentally sound,
and they spend the money on
they
the
are.
team
They
and
do.
the players.
Yes. So they're fundamentally when you have a quarterback that you're set with. I mean, you really just filling the team up this fine.
I think
we could never get the quarterback right, but Andy Dalton was solid, but he wasn't a Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Right. So but he got a lot of flack. He actually came into I used to work at a job. I used to cater food. You know, you guys
Yaman's gonna pop in.
Oh hell yeah! What's up, dude? What's up? So you guys talked about Scott's Lawn Service. I catered food for years, bro, for a long time, and part of that job was catering to like the Bengals, the Reds, the Cincinnati Zoo, bunch of different places. P&G. You know, I've been under. P&G has an underground, almost like
facility. Almost.
Yeah. It's like offices. Really, it's like think of like the airport, like just a straight, gigantic walkway, and you know, there's literally people
like S4.
Dude, literally people driving carts, carts through P&G.
Casino has them too.
It's amazing. It's underground, like it's amazing downtown Cincinnati. But like, I was in those positions. I've actually been in Andy Dalton's house. He helped me set up a catering drop. I just dropped catering, so we just dropped it off his house. He would go to the restaurant that I went to every Monday after the game. If they won, if they lost, he didn't come. It was an interesting dynamic. He brought his family. So I've been Andy Dalton's.
That's how all the
presence for a while.
Cincinnati,
Andy
bars
Dalton came
are.
to Jason's Deli. I'll give him a shout out. Jason's Deli. He would come in every Monday after a Sunday game, if they won. And they would take care of him. Everyone, the manager was like familiar with Andy coming in with his whole family. I've been in Andy Dalton. I've literally been when he lived in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
I lived in I went in the corridor. I helped him set up the catering. He helped me, gave a solid tip. It was an awesome experience. He's a solid dude. But just like what Jay just said, the internet vulnerability that he had was
he had too much access to public, man.
Exactly, and we're not a major city, but he gets attacked like a major celebrity because the Bengals love their football.
Yeah.
They do. And if it was a smaller market, like the fan base is a major market, but the amount of humans that exist here is a smaller market.
So
it's just the way it works.
This is relatable to what a lot of people were pissed at Burrow about last year before the season started when he was talking about how there's not a lot to do in Cincinnati.
Yeah, but that's helped him.
Yeah, it's helped him, but it's also true. It makes you realize, it is a small city.
Right.
There's not a lot of options to do a lot of things past a certain time.
Yeah.
I mean, get hungry on a Sunday in Cincinnati and tell me how many options you
Bro,
have.
you can't find a Coney downtown anywhere.
Yeah, we're the Coney capital of the world, and they're all
That's-
closed by 9 o'clock.
Bro,
Yeah.
like
The Clifton one's open.
Yeah.
The
No,
Clifton,
no, no, no,
the Clifton
no.
one will be open.
That
No,
one-
but
that
but
one.
but downtown.
That's the only one. Yeah, the downtown one.
You
Yeah.
can't find a cheese coney downtown after 5 p.m., bro.
That's true.
Downtown, can't do it.
You got to go to Clifton, and then they are open. The original Skyline is open pretty late. But outside
Hey,
of
that
that,
was on The Simpsons, bro. Did you know that?
yeah.
That's just
yeah.
fire.
That one's open,
bro.
but like he's talking on it. He's talking like an entertainment level, like on a dance club level.
Yeah.
And there is nothing to do. Like we're talking. Everyone knows Energy Nightclub. Everyone knows how it used to be Pulse and all these different things. But
Yeah.
it's not open like it was. The idea of late night life here is pretty much nothing.
It's just honestly, I mean, it's not. It's getting there. It's
Yeah.
definitely in the right direction.
Yes,
but
we're a family focused town, man.
Yeah.
We are family focused because the suburban culture that surrounds the city, because it surrounds all 3 states. So we're just suburban, and then center is the commutes to Cincinnati. That we're a commuter city. We cross bridges to get here, man. Like Indiana's coming here to work just like anybody else.
Yeah.
Commute.
Yep.
The downtown closes. Like LA closes early. Downtown LA closes early, but you go surrounding the city, like surrounding, but
That's because
downtown.
nobody wants to get robbed.
Exactly. Oh, I know
Yeah.
the bars on the windows, bro. When
It's-
my first experience there, I was like, I
Yeah.
was kind of young, but I was like, man, why are there bars on these windows? Like,
All
what's up?
right, I got a good bars on the window story for
Yeah,
you
what's
from
up?
the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to Stephanie Sins. It's her birthday this week, and this story's about her.
Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Stephanie.
So she had told me, "Hey, we want to come out to the Super Bowl. Do you have extra room where you're staying? That's really the only thing we don't have figured out." And I was like, "Well, we're staying at a friend of mine's condo, but to be honest, like we went out there thinking like it was going to be a lot more space than what it was. So we were like both like sleeping on like a blow up couch in the living room, and I was like, man, I could really go for my own bed in a hotel room.
Yeah.
In
Oh, yeah.
a nice spot. And I did. I found one like the week of the Super Bowl. It was only $250 a night, and it was like right outside Chinatown.
I was gonna say that's a steal, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's L.A. It's Super Bowl. You take
I
what
mean,
you can get.
Man,
Yeah,
I-
if you can
I
get to the
paid-
valley, get to the valley.
Yeah.
I almost moved there,
Yeah.
man. Like
Well,
the
this-
valley's the move, man.
Well,
Or it
like-
was at the time.
Yeah. So like my buddy Aaron from the Chive, he was with me.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
bro.
Aaron-
Oh, nice,
Aaron
yeah.
Wright, Chive
Nice.
3. He was with me, and I was like, hey, I found a deal on a room. It's got 2 beds. We'll let the 2 girls take that bed. I was like, we're gonna be gone most of the time. I don't care. I don't really care as long as my room's clean. That's all I care about.
Right.
So I sent her the address or whatever, and then she flew in. She messaged me, and she's like, what's up with this hotel? She's like, there's bars on the windows, and I'm like, welcome to LA, bitch.
Yeah, that's yeah. They're trying to keep people out.
Yeah, I was like, that's LA. I was like, seriously, I'm like, this is like 90% of LA. I was like,
Yeah.
there's no like area that's like off limits for people to like try to steal. It is what it is. But I was like, and I'm not an expert on LA, I was
It's
like,
bro,
but-
like LA is crazy right now with the crime that's going on there. Like you
Yeah.
see these videos where people are just fucking ransacking like a
Smashing and
Walgreens.
dashing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like or
Nah, that's
like
not cool, man.
like the smash and grabs where they
Smash and grab,
they all go like
100
they-
of them run in at once.
into a gas station
Yeah.
and just rob it blind, bro. It's like that's crazy as shit, man. Like
They doing
Yeah.
jewelry stores like that too.
yeah,
I
bro,
call
Louis
it smash and dash.
Vuitton.
It's smash and grab.
Smash
I don't know.
and grab,
I
yeah.
said smashing and grabbing.
They did it. They
Smashing
did it at
and
Ken,
dashing.
It happened at Kenwood here last year.
Louis
with
Vuitton.
the
It wasn't even a
purses.
year ago.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it was
yeah, this
like
year.
4 months ago. Yeah.
I mean, I don't personally care. I think personally, I think you're crazy to pay $800 for a purse. I don't see a purse that's worth that kind of money to me, but people do. But the way I look at it is, I'm like, man, you're really putting your life at risk to steal some purses.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
You
Yeah.
know?
They be trying to look for a come up
Oh, bro.
they know, like you said, like you wouldn't want to pay $800 for a purse,
Right.
but like the way they probably thinking is they grab it. They might not want to pay $800 for a purse either, but they know it's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna do it.
Somebody will pay him $500.
Bro, I
Some
was
600.
in
So I see what you're saying.
I was in Victoria's Secret in Kenwood Mall, and I saw a robbery happen, bro, and it was so quick, and that the girls there, they were just like, "What are we gonna do?" Like it was 2 guys. One guy came in, had a big bag, and just dropped it right at the end of one of these
The
tables, right? Like table just like
You
this.
said Victoria's Secret?
Yeah.
Dude.
And so
This is
this
crazy.
guy came in. So the first guy came in and dropped the bag right at the end of the table, and then a second guy walked over and just grabbed his hand and just took everything off the table
And
dropped it
dropped it.
right into the
What?
bag.
Okay.
And then that guy took the bag and ran off, bro.
Did he even run or did he just walk?
No, they just fast walked
So this
out of
is
there.
This is crazy to me. That
Fast
you-
walked, and like the
Yeah.
girls working were just like,
Because they don't know what to do.
It's
yeah,
shock value.
yeah,
No,
like
no,
like
no.
what like we're
Yeah.
supposed
What
to
could they
chase.
do?
No. Here's
Are
the
they
thing.
gonna
Chase
risk
some
their
grown
life
men?
down
No, here's
to
the
that?
thing.
And they know loss prevention can't touch them.
No, here, yeah. So here's
And they
here's
don't want to risk their life.
I've went through the Macy
It's not like
system.
they
I know
gotta-
how it works.
So-
Loss prevention can't touch them. They got to the parking lot, and then bets are off when you get off premises. But like loss prevention has to just let them go and get into
get their
public
license
property.
plate number if
Yep.
they can.
Yeah.
So this is crazy you said that though, because this year I was at Kenwood Mall in Victoria's Secret, and I walked in to get my wife something, and the lady was like, "Oh, let me know if you need any help." And I was like, "All right." And then I needed her help, so I got her, and she came over, and we were looking in the drawer that has all the different underwear in it. You gotta like pull them out or whatever.
Same,
you know?
same
Yeah.
same
I was
thing.
like-
He took everything off the top,
Yeah.
like just shoved it right all in the bag and dropped.
So this lady's trying to help me find something, right? This lady that works there. And like I'm looking down, and then she like looks up and looks over, and she's like, she just was like, "Damn it, not again!" And I'm like, "What?"
Damn.
And then this lady, who's like 70 something in a wheelchair, I swear to God, this is a true story. Big lady in a wheelchair, has a mask on, got a big ass duffel bag purse. She's stealing all kinds of shit and throwing it in her purse, right? And I looked at her and I was like, you going to say something to her? And she's like, "No, we're not allowed." And
yeah.
I'm like, "You're not allowed?" She's like, "No." She's like, "We're not allowed to do anything." She's like, "We can call the police. They'll be gone." They're like, she comes in here and does this all the time at all the stores. And I was like, "For real?" So I bought, it's crazy, right? So I bought what I wanted to get. And I was like, man, I want to see if I run into her again. And I swear, like 2 stores down, same side, I was just like, I'm just going to go in and see, because I saw she was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit back and watch and see if they're all full of shit or if she's really a klepto. And she was putting candles in her purse.
Oh.
She was stealing from every fucking store she went in. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, that's messed up, because I mean, honestly, like all they do is they raise the cost for consumers.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
And we're the one, like people that buy stuff are the ones that foot the bill in the long run. You're just driving up the price for everyone else. Now, obviously, that's not registering in her mind. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
not thinking like a
Right.
normal person would think. She's
Yeah.
stealing.
She's
for a
trying to get
reason.
hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably selling it to somebody or giving it to a family or something. I don't know, but yeah, same store. I
Oh,
watched
she
the-
definitely has an Etsy account, bro.
Yeah,
She,
yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely watched it happen though.
she
yeah.
has.
Just
same
hit it
store.
lit.
She is not putting on her countertop at home. That's
Yeah.
going in some resell situation. for
She's
sure.
got Etsy.vs.com, bro.
Yeah, and she is literally she.
It was mind blowing
Yeah.
though, because none of the people there are allowed to say nothing.
Yeah,
And then,
same
like
thing.
he said, is like,
So they was judging y'all, but then she over here hitting a lick. Like she just over
Big
here
time.
scooping everything.
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I'm like, and I walked out, and I was like, security guard walked up to me, and he just was like, he could tell, like, I was like, kind of like pissed. I'm like, man, this is fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, for real.
Like, why even have security if you guys got to do everything?
And he even said, he's like, I'll say something to her, you know? He's like, I love to say something to her. So he started following her, and I was like, I don't know what happened after that. I just went the other way, but
yeah, we tackle humans here, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though?
You try to take a sticker, bro. We're coming after you.
yeah.
Right, especially some
Some-
Nike
some
off
Off-Whites?
whites. Yeah,
Yeah.
some
I got
off
the
whites. We're
cameras too,
gonna
the
go
wall of
there.
shame.
Wall of shame,
Wall of
bro. The
shame.
wall of shame. Anyone's familiar with the store, they've seen the wall of shame, bro.
I had
Let's
so
talk about that.
when Virgil was still alive, he came out with these off-white dunks, and I got an exclusive early release through the sneakers app. So I got to buy the shoes, and I had them in here, and I bought them for like I think $110, but they were going for like $450. So I put them in here for $425, and I had a couple that came in here. The girl had no top teeth, like only fangs, and then she had like a stroller with no baby in it, bro. Just a bunch of blankets. And then her boyfriend was like, "What's this? How much is that? What's this?"
Trying to
Like,
distract you.
He had
Yeah,
you turned
yeah.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
for sure,
distract
bro.
you.
So
Yeah.
so the second they walked out, I looked over. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Those dunks are gone." So I ran. They were still over there. They were walking by Velocity, and he saw me like
V-line it.
V-line it to
He knew
him.
you were coming.
And he was like, "Hey man," he's like, "My wife just told me, or my girl just told me she took these shoes, man. I'm so sorry, bro." And I'm like, "Really, bro? Like,
You got
and
him
he's
back.
like, "Yeah." He was like, "You're not gonna call the police, are you? I just got out of jail." I'm like, "Bro, obviously you guys are fucking terrible criminals, man. Like, you know,
you're not
yes,
even good at stealing.
yeah." And so I security knew about him, so I'm like, you know, that security's got your photos. You're not allowed on the levee at all anymore. The next week, they got busted at the Newport laundromat, fucking breaking into the quarter machine, bro.
Stealing
It's
the
like,
chain.
it's like, bro, if you
Dude,
got that much drive, do something good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's not in his DNA.
If you
It's
you're
at that-
stealing quarters, bro.
Yeah,
like,
at that point, it's in.
assness.
Yeah, he's trying to get whatever he can. He
it's
ain't-
licks.
Yeah.
It's licks, not longevity.
until
Yeah.
it doesn't pay off.
Right. If you're in the mindset that you have to pull one over on somebody that's unsuspecting, if that's your thought process, like, because you're knowing that like they're not paying attention to me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
The stroller thing, especially.
a stroller thing. Well,
That's
I mean, we talk to people all the time. Like, yeah, they use a stroller. They use the idea of a child to make moves. Like that's lower. That's the lowest tier you can
Some
get,
of them
man.
will use their kids to distract you.
100%.
Yeah, 100%,
How
bro.
often have you pull up to an exit on like in any exit in America and see someone have a person and a child sit next to them, or a dog?
Or a dog, yeah.
It, like they're using emotional ties
And it
to get
works.
money out of you, and
And
it
it
works.
works.
But if you think down to like the basic fundamental level of that dog can't control that it's there.
Right.
It's just like there, man. And that child is the same
That
thing.
motherfucker looks like he's eating good too.
right. Because I need to keep this dog alive because this dog is helping me double my income.
Right.
'Cause- and this child that it may be my nephew that my sister can't take care of, so I'm the one taking her. But you know what? I'm gonna use her because I'm homeless, and my sister doesn't know. It doesn't matter. But people can do whatever they want because we're not keeping track of their moves. We just see the person on the corner, right? So like, who knows? Because why would you? I mean, what is your motivation other than I gotta feed my mouth? Get a PO box, go get a job, do your due diligence, and then build it up, man. Like, there are moves you can make as a person in society. We have opportunity, but sitting there waiting for $1 for me to give you $1 or my change that's sitting next to me in the seat, like,
Some people are just happy living that way, though.
I can't.
Dude,
I can't.
that's crazy to think.
right?
It
No,
is
some
crazy.
people-
It's hard for me to relate, man.
No, me too.
It's hard for me to relate.
Some people are okay just doing that.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything more than that. They think
that
that's as
gives
good
them
as-
their high.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It is
Instead of a better life.
dude. It's so hard for me to relate because I feel like I have to stay busy, and I don't even. It's like an eternal thing.
Well,
I think.
yeah.
I
think it's a mental health issue.
It
That's
maybe
what I
maybe
really
it's just
think.
like I like the idea of being bored for me, like real talk, like on all fronts. It doesn't matter working wherever. The idea of being bored is kind of foreign to me because if I feel the feeling of boredom, I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna edit a photo and I'm gonna post it on my side page, my multimedia page, just because I need to throw content out there. If I feel boredom at any front, like I feel like, all right, time's getting stagnant, I do something, whether it's tag close at a store or if I've done everything in the store that I've
Steal
possibly done.
quarters at a laundromat.
Not my style.
Okay,
But
that's his style, though.
but his style. But I don't. The
You
boredom
get-
thing. Yeah,
you
yeah.
Get, you get bored. You're like, I need quarters in my life, bro. I need at least 20 of them so I can go buy a fucking pizza.
Right.
Get you a parking meter too.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy, bro.
If you're gonna steal, at least
If you're gonna do
steal
something-
somewhere where it's gonna help the rest of us, like steal all their parking meters. You
Yeah,
know, so
yeah,
they can't
break-
write
yeah,
us tickets.
Yeah, break a parking meter.
I
so
don't.
we
I
can-
won't. I won't lose sleep over
People
anybody
stealing
that
tags.
Yeah.
Stealing tags on the back of the cars. So I used to live in Covington, Mainstrasse, and we had a parking lot behind. And I'm not going to call any names or whatever, but like these people stole anything September on parking tags because it was that month.
Yeah.
And there was like 6 in the parking lot. There's only 12 cars
How
total.
do you take that though? They got the little slits in there, just like those sale
you
sale
can
things.
remove them. That person removed them.
I know, but there's slits in them, so as you peel it, it peels apart, just like the sale things at like
yeah.
discounts.
If you're really, I guess how it works. If they were really like really soft with it, they were able to get it off because there was like 6 stolen in one parking area. Then they checked the cameras, and the cameras weren't even facing the cars. We found that out post situation.
So you
But-
didn't even find anyone on the cameras. 'Cause
Exactly.
They weren't facing
They
them.
They
already
got
knew
away
that.
with. They got
They
all.
already knew
They
that.
got. No, they didn't. There's no way they could have
Just
known
dumb
that.
luck.
It was just dumb luck. It was a
Yeah.
dumb luck
Y'all think that's
situation.
dumb luck?
They changed it. Yeah. Because this wasn't a major conglomerate. This was like a private security thing. So it was like a back. We're talking just like a little tiny parking lot with diagonal parking spots. So you're thinking diagonal, which is not a lot of cars. There was 8 on this side, and then this side there was like 6. So we're talking 12 cars, but 6 of the 12 had September birthdays of all things. Happened to be the month. They were all taken. So that point forward, everyone started cutting their license, their little tags with an X-Acto knife you couldn't do that. Yeah. But like, dude, people out there stealing tags, literally going like, I'm gonna watch this car. Like,
I'm not opposed to it because in the state of Kentucky, bro, they rape you on it, man. It's 6% of the price of your car.
They do. But I mean, we're all paying it.
For sure. Well,
and
unless you're stealing those tags, and you're not
6
paying
of them
for
you're
it.
paying for. But like, that's 6 cars. That one car can't have 6 9s. It's 6 different cars, right?
Right. I get that.
So like, they're doing something with them. But I was living there. My roommate and my other roommate both had September birthdays of all situations. So they were 2 of the. I'm July birthday, but like they were. Mine was already done at that point. But like they took theirs. They took any 9s. But I was so mind blown. I was like, someone literally came back here and one night literally peeled every tag off every car that they could find.
All right, bro.
That's crazy, man.
I want to ask you one more question. It's getting a little late. So have you seen these new beards where they've got koala bears like hanging on? I know you've been tagged in it.
Yeah. With the animals.
Yeah. So is that something that you plan on doing, or is this too long at this point?
No. Somebody, I got a request. Somebody was like, "Dude, you should make a tiger one."
I saw it. I saw the tag.
I was like,
and those like the way that what they're doing is they're taking their beard and they're manipulating it in a way where it looks like a koala bear is hanging off the bottom of your chin.
I think most of it's photoshopped.
Okay.
You're probably right, bro.
I think it's photoshopped.
Yeah, I could
a
definitely see
koala bear
it.
hanging off your face.
It's impressive how they're doing it.
I looked at it. I think most of it's all Photoshop.
I mean, if anybody would know, it'd be you because you know how to style your shit and make it to a certain T. But like,
it does get harder to do things with the longer it is.
They might be cutting it to to literally get it to that point where it's just wrapped around their face, which is crazy. No, it's definitely not the move. It's the move for one day, but like to put a koala bear on your chin for the next
every
6
morning
weeks is
And when your beard have to be like even longer, just to.
I mean, not this long, like
how
that.
Big is
like
a koala bear. I haven't.
It's all tucked away
it
here,
like
so it's probably like I would say the third hair thing down, maybe even the second is where they would like pull it up and start putting it on there. Is the Levy turning off lights? Is it that way?
I mean, what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, they're
okay.
They're photoshopped.
No, our store's turning lights off.
Yeah. We shut this bitch down.
All right, so one more question before we get out of here.
Bengals by 14 this Sunday.
I was gonna say Bengals by 17. But I'll announce that tomorrow.
I'll take
I'm doing a sports
one.
podcast tomorrow. I'm making so many.
You want to get on the sports podcast tomorrow?
You want to come on, man?
What time is it?
We go live. We did about 8 o'clock this last week. We try to go 7:30, 8 o'clock. We don't do live. We post the following day.
Yeah.
But we record on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, I might come by.
Dude, come through.
Yeah.
It's me, Jay Saladino, and Kurt's on there as well. He's a new addition.
Cool.
This is it'll be tomorrow's episode 45. So we've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
We talk fantasy football. It'll be like, I have a fantasy football draft on Wednesday night after it, so we'll talk a little fantasy.
Yeah.
But we talk major Bengals and then predictions because the season starts Thursday.
Yeah.
Rams, Bills, it's starting Thursday night. So like we're at this point forward, every Sunday, this point forward, it's like Bengals hype, every team hype because there's so many topics, man. This is it's a filled season, man. Yeah. Even the Eagles, the Philly Eagles are going to be on the map this year.
Yeah.
It's wild.
No, we're I don't know. It's as a Bengals fan, I'm definitely excited, looking forward to this year compared to what we've.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The ending hype of last year, we're just continuing it like it never even stopped.
One play away from winning it.
One play away. One play away.
Always, bro.
Right,
always.
Cincinnati, one play away.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Every single time.
By 14.
Yeah, I say Bengals by 14.
I got Bengals by 17.
I'm gonna say 20.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it for the shits and giggles.
By 20?
Yeah, I'm just
gonna say Bengals by 12 just to be the outcast.
12. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
All right,
I
Gary.
think we're in the 35s, 40 points. Like I think we're putting up points. I really do. I think we're putting up points.
I think they're gonna smack Pittsburgh in the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially second half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Second half, man.
rivalry too. They
we're ready.
They
We've
wait.
had enough years of just beatdown. It's
Yeah.
just our turn,
Hey,
man.
ain't
The
the
next
same
5 years
Bengals
is
no
our
more.
turn. It's
Yeah.
right because Burrow's just getting started.
They're
We're
not-
like 2 years in.
I
we just
personally
started,
just
bro.
don't think that they're. I don't think that they're organized. They're not going to be the same team. They're going to be looking for their next Roethlisberger for the next decade.
Yeah, yeah. Kenny Pickens might happen. Their backup might happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're talking. I mean, we're literally talking that Burrow isn't going to hit a peak for 3 to 4 more years. That's peak.
Right.
Well, that's peak.
Yeah.
So 3 year, so 5 year point is usually 5 to 6 year is their peak of their performance. We're not even peak with Burrow. So we're just.
I
we're
definitely
just
do agree. I
starting,
think
man.
he's at least a 2 Super Bowl win for us.
Yeah, that's what most like professional analysts put us into. But it's so funny because the disrespect is kind of, we don't really talk about it, but the disrespect is like Burrow is going to win 2 Super Bowls. Obviously, Burrow's going to be in Cincinnati and the Bengals, but they never say Cincinnati Bengals. They say Burrow is good for 2 Super Bowls, and that's probably what his career is going to at least flatline at. He might go 3, 4, 5, but 2 is probably his minimum.
Yeah. Possible to get 3 or 4.
Yeah,
It's possible.
but they don't bring in the Bengals.
Yeah.
They bring in what Burrow's going to do, and we're going to obviously sign him for a long-term contract. So we're going to get those Super Bowls, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, ideally. But they do not bring it up. It's like it's small, subtle disrespect, and we're like,
They're the least. They're the
they
least liked
they
team
don't
in
like
the
us. They
NFL.
don't like us. Yeah,
They are.
it's strange to me. Like, what do? We
They
have the coolest helmets.
They come up was too fast.
It's about money.
Yeah,
To always
That too.
think
because
about
we're a
it's
small
always-
market. We're a
it's
small market. We're a small market.
And like
yeah.
you said earlier, you said no one expected for Cincinnati to make it to the Super Bowl. So the fact no one was paying attention, and then
All of a sudden,
Bengals-
boom, they got hot.
so now it's like,
Got
all
hot.
right, here comes that.
I mean, when you be the Chiefs twice in one season, that's practically. I mean, statistically, we're the only team that has ever done that.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Pat Mahomes era, we're the only team that's ever beat them twice in one season. That hasn't even happened.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in rare air, and it's hard for the league to accept because
Exactly.
we've been so bad. I mean, we're talking late '80s,
They
bro.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to plan for. Having to talk good about Cincinnati.
They don't know what to
Yep.
do because what do you talk about Cincinnati? Like no one knows. Like okay, I was watching Fox Sports. Shout out that I really appreciate everything that Fox is doing. They're making moves. They're doing new shows. It's pretty interesting to watch transitions for major networks. But Fox was making comments that they were like when you play in Cincinnati, you're dealing with snow, you're dealing with like crazy low temperatures, and I was like, you're a major newscaster. It's cold here, but we're not Antarctica.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not that cold. Like we're cold. We're not Pittsburgh.
We're not Boston.
We're not Boston. We're not Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We're not Minnesota.
New York.
Like we're like Midwest.
Happy
But the
medium.
way they were talking about us, it was like, man, like it's not that cold.
We're definitely
here.
not Green Bay.
You're right. It's not that cold, but the way they put it out there, because people don't experience it, because it's in a regional popular city. It's a small.
Where do you think
CVG's big.
where would you think the coldest game to play would be? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Green Bay
Same.
or
Same.
New England.
I would say Green
'Cause
Bay is
I've
the
seen
coldest.
them-
I would say
Buffalo. Buffalo looks.
I would say Buffalo. I would say Green Bay has statistically. I think it has the coldest game of all time, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
I just know. I just remember seeing pictures of Buffalo, and I was like, 3 feet of snow they were clearing out. I'm like, God,
Buffalo's very cold. I do think Wisconsin is the coldest
might be right.
football.
They're close.
But like either way, it doesn't matter. What's 5 degrees separate if you're that low? Like it
Right.
doesn't even matter.
Right.
But like I mean, that's the thing with Buffalo. That's part of the Josh Allen hype is he can play. He's such a physical guy. He can play. It doesn't matter the weather.
Yeah.
His ball's going to get in your arms as fast as he lets it go. A second later, like that's the beauty of the level that football's gone. And we're seeing it firsthand because we have next level talent, and this season's going to be great. And it's time to wrap this up, my dude. I think, like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
I'll be back.
I apologize. I have the bladder of a young calf.
Oh, that was
so
good.
I had to use the restroom a couple times.
But yeah, I wore
Garey,
this old school. We're gonna bring this back hopefully another run. So if anyone wants to,
we definitely need to bring that Japanese
it's
logo back. It's
absolutely,
fire.
dude, it's solid. And get the AFC champions on, my dude. Like, dude, it's exciting.
Yep.
And the hat too.
Yes, sir.
I got this. It's keepsake for me because I actually got it at the Super Bowl.
Oh, very
So-
cool,
Nice.
man.
Nice.
And if you ever go to a Super Bowl and you want memorabilia, the best time to buy it is the day after the game. You can get stuff for 70% off.
Yes.
Once everyone's gone, you can find all the nice stuff, 50 to 70% off.
Bro, that was that's
game.
funny too that you said that because those zip ups, those white zip ups
Yeah.
that they were coming out with, they were like $110 or something, or $125 for the thing,
Yeah.
and nobody could get them. And then the second that they finally did get them in the stadium, they put them like 40% off.
Yeah.
And so like the people that are like, oh, I want to buy this thing. It was $125. Like I'd fucking gladly spend that. Like now you can get it for $70, bro. Like
They got them stocked up again?
this was at the end of the season.
Okay.
I'm sure they do now.
I'm sure they'll bring them back.
I had so I've got a buddy that works for FedEx, and he was like, bro, we dropped off more skids of stuff to the Bengal Stadium than I've ever delivered in my entire life.
Yeah,
Like,
the merch was.
yeah,
through
he
the
was
roof.
like, there was like
The merch was good for everybody.
Oh, bro, like we did great here, man. And that was one of the things. Like for us, we've got. I've been doing this a long time, and anything orange that we have in the store, bro, like
Selling.
Well, years ago it wouldn't, because it was like we would lose one game, people would be like, oh man, I don't know, and then 2 games I would have to put stuff on a discount because nobody wanted to buy it. No one.
So what you're saying is it's kind of a fair weather fan base, and I would have to agree with that.
You know what, man? People like repping
Here's the
the
thing.
good.
Winning takes you to another level.
Yeah.
So if you look at let's go to athletes. Matthew Stafford, who won the Super Bowl for the LA Rams, when he played in the Lions, played for the Detroit Lions, which he spent in most of his career, he didn't get any endorsements because they didn't win. His paycheck was one of the biggest in the league. He didn't get any endorsements because they weren't winning. He goes to LA, gets a smaller contract,
Way
more money.
More endorsements.
Dude, he's doubled his money
Yeah.
because of endorsements, because they win.
Yeah.
Winning solves everything. Just because your contract through the NFL may not be big doesn't mean you're not going to get that payday, because
Michael Jordan.
the contracts, bro. The contracts. It's about the shoe deal. It's not about the NFL giving you the cash. You're getting $200 million. That's amazing. None of us are seeing $200 million. We're out here, but like they're getting that
You got
money.
to double down on the personality.
But the contracts, yes, the commercials, the AT&T commercials, stuff like that. Joe Burrow's going to start seeing that, dude. It's going to happen.
He's Kroger.
He's there.
already doing the
Yes.
Kroger
Yeah,
commercials.
I seen him holding
once
a
he
pineapple.
hits the T-Mobile, once he hits the
Yeah,
AT&T,
searching for fruit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he would have been holding the pineapple upside down, though, he really would have got people talking.
dude, we're about to see him pop off, man, on a national scale, which is great for us because we're going to watch it in real time.
Yeah.
He's our quarterback. So but that's the thing, was Matt Stafford's a perfect example. Came from the worst organization, Detroit Lions, to the best organization, the Rams, which happen to be my favorite team. But it's great to see the St. Louis Rams going to LA and becoming a huge deal. And now he's gotten deals. He's on AT&T commercials. You would have never saw Matt Stafford on anything.
Yeah.
Now, and he's there 13 years. This isn't just starting. Matt Stafford has been in the league forever, bro.
If you watch their
Forever.
if you watch their Super Bowl pep rally, they had like 300 people.
Yeah,
there. I was like, there was nobody there. I was
Nobody.
Like,
They made it look like it was a big spectacle.
Yeah, I was like, where did all their fans come from? I was like, there was nobody supporting their events.
No, and their event was way bigger than what we were throwing, for sure. They had
And we had 30,000, 40,000 people at the Bengals pep rally. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was funny how like Sports Center, ESPN was trying to make it look like
LA
it was a
way
big spectacle and all that
Yeah.
shit. But like when you
could
start
see-
seeing on Facebook, you start seeing the
like-
wide shot.
It
You're like,
looked
wait a
like
minute.
it was like a small
Right.
high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nobody. Yeah, a small high
but
school
that,
for
that,
sure.
that is part pandemic. LA's living a totally
No,
different life
no.
than us.
You
It
don't
is-
think it got
they're
something
living
to do
different
with
life
it?
than us, though.
You think
I'll
I got
tell
We
you-
have we don't have the restrictions LA has.
I was on a
no
fam-
way.
Yeah, I was on a.
We're not the same. We're not the same city.
No, we were.
They could have 300,000 there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I was there on I got interviewed on like a famous blogger TikToker's thing about the mask, But the crazy thing is before the game, reading over the rules to get into the stadium, what'd they say? You had to have a mask
Yep.
and proof of vaccine.
Vaccine to get into LA Stadium.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah, the rules are totally different here and there.
No, but let me tell you,
that cuts off 60%
dude, they didn't
of the
enforce that shit at all. They didn't give
but
a
it
fuck.
scares people.
It scared people
scares
into thinking
people.
it was true, but you know
yes,
what?
which cuts out 30%, right?
But you know
from
what?
the jump.
You know what the turning point was? Two things. One, the day after the Super Bowl, they lifted the ban in the whole state of California for everywhere but LA. Whole state, the mask ban lifted, right?
Yeah.
LA?
Yeah, but during the Super Bowl, what did you notice? None of the celebrities, none of the famous people, nobody had masks on. No one gave a shit.
Right.
I was like, so why are they making this? Why are they trying to force this so hard, but they're letting everyone just do what they want?
Because they want to act like everything is okay.
Yeah,
we'll have to save that for another.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
But we are living in different cities. If they want to bring 300,000 people to a preseason anything, LA can do.
They could.
LA can. We can't do it.
But
they didn't. They didn't because of the restrictions. We're living in different realities in different cities. But the Bengals are.
Is it restrictions though? Because I feel like if they even have restrictions here, people be like, "I'm going, bro."
I feel like it was
Cincinnati. We just do our own thing, man.
We're rebels, bro.
We are. We really. It's really are. People love
Ohio.
CVG, man. People love CVG. My mom retired from Delta, and she would tell me on the regular, she's like, everyone loves Cincinnati, but no one really understands to move here to be a family city.
People are
but
like,
anytime
why is
they
your
come
airport
here,
in Kentucky?
right? Exactly. But she said it's most people on a financially the higher tier financially, they love Cincinnati because the investment opportunities.
Of course, bro.
Cost of living here is very good.
Cost of living is great.
And
I've heard many actors say the same thing.
Yeah,
especially
Amazon
when
isn't here by accident.
Yeah.
So people recognize Cincinnati as a big name, but I do think media is like, oh, why are we letting Cincinnati get its shine? We need to keep it that mid-tier world because we're not that far from Indy, but Indy's a bigger story. They have the Pacers. If you have an NBA team, you're on another level in general.
Right.
So there's levels to this.
And they have a nice stadium.
Yes.
You know, there's not really a bad seat in
Right.
their stadium.
Right.
They have a really nice fan base too.
Yes, but on a music stance, the city level, with level of concerts, they're both C-level markets.
Yeah.
They haven't changed. They're the same level market, but on a sports facility aspect, they're next tier because they had Peyton Manning, they have the Pacers. We've never had that. So on a music level, same level, but on a sports level, they're 3 steps above us.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting dynamic that we're living in real time. It's it's interesting. I'd love to talk about it on the sports podcast.
Yeah, let's
come on, dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll try
for
and
sure.
get in tomorrow.
Yes. Yep.
Do you
All
think
right.
Burrow could be like Peyton Manning or better?
I think Peyton Manning was a faster thinker, but Burrow's a more athletic guy.
But
So
he's just getting started. You can always learn.
Peyton Manning's a study, man. He's got to. Burrow's gonna have to
Burrow's
put.
getting
He's getting started. Peyton Manning was just always a thinker from the start. When he was in Tennessee, he curves out those defenses. He was never the guy that would knock someone over behind the pocket. He didn't run. Burrow will run all day.
So he's going to be better.
He could be. Yeah. Burrow's got to get his study. Kyler's got to be in the room. So does Burrow. Studying those playbooks is insane, man. Those guys got to think.
All right, Garey.
Yeah.
Let's
let's
get some
wrap
of your
it up.
shout outs, man. So I know
Shout outs.
I know you're locked on Facebook right now, but how if anybody wants to get a hold of you, is it Instagram? Is that your main go-to?
You can still message me on my Facebook. They can find me through your page. Just you tag me.
So yeah, I tagged you in that. So Gary Faulkner or
Misled Cincinnati on Instagram.
Misled Cincinnati on Instagram. Yeah, I tagged you in that one as well, man.
Yeah, and let's see. Let me give a nice shout out to Carmen Raimundo of Pepe Raimundo's on the west side.
Every time you come out with one of them suits, bro, they're so fire, man.
Yeah,
so fire.
He's my guy, man. He always takes care of me.
Yeah.
He does great work.
And that's one of those things, man. I've got this little action figure right here. That this is one of my good buddies that I grew up with. His name is Brandon Hendrickson. He's
I know Brandon. We did the
bro
the show
a lifetime ago. Yes,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So bro, he's a 3-time Olympian now. He's going for number 4. Like this dude's insane. And so he's gotten so back when
he's
we
big time.
Yeah, back when we did the event at Hollywood Casino.
Yeah.
He was still
then.
cut, but he was small, bro. But
he's not like he was now.
He can't wear anything, bro. Like when my buddy had his wedding, he had to get this custom suit. Still look goofy on him. It's like he's like, I can't get anything that I need, man. So, look, let me hook up Brandon with your boy Pepe, man. And I think Raimundo can really do something to this with this dude, man, because he's got
Does he live locally or he moved
Chicago.
away? Chicago.
So he was from Chicago. He lives in Miami now.
Okay.
But we can bring him in. He can he can stay at the crib. We'll get him a place to stay for a couple days.
Yeah, I'm sure Carmen would be down to.
Bro, he is his body is so like his waist is still probably a 28 when his fucking arms are like.
Dude,
the fuck out
he
there.
Is
He's
jacked,
insane.
man. Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Yeah.
The human body can do some crazy things.
Show
but that's next level.
Show the little.
Yeah.
So that this was his own little action figure that he got, bro. Like, and it's crazy, bro. Like this is somebody that we've been friends with forever, man. And so now he's like gotten to the point where he's like, look, I'm in it. And he won 3 times. He's going back to number 4. And it's crazy to see like the hostility of
it's a competitive
of
industry.
Every fucking.
Well, what's crazy is like I'm in this industry kind of in a different aspect. Like I'm around a lot of people that are competitors.
Of course, bro.
I was on Jimmy Fallon. Kai Green was also on Jimmy Fallon. He's, Kai Green has always been a runner-up at the Olympia for the whole event, the big main event. He's always been runner-up to Phil Heath. Kai Green's a big deal. I mean, he and I became friends on Jimmy Fallon. And then a year later he was on was it 2 years later? I don't know. He's on Stranger Things. He got he got some time on there. So, because we talked about acting and all that stuff, like when we were in our green rooms.
I wish we had more time, man.
Yeah,
I want to talk to you about that, bro, because that's something that you started getting big into is acting and stuff like that. And as you went to acting classes and you did the
still
whole
do.
nine.
Yeah,
that's
still
incredible.
Do. Tom
bro.
Hardy's getting ready to film a movie here next.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're making a motorcycle film here.
Bro, Cincinnati's the whip when it comes to like big motion pictures with half the budget, right?
Yeah, the cost of living here and the cost to make stuff is very friendly for them, so they can actually make a profit.
Bro, we found it out with the James Franco movie.
Yeah.
So he was able to film 2 movies here for the same price as one in L.A.
Yeah,
it's a shame that shit never got
film. Yeah, we filmed one movie for. I was on it a month straight.
Yeah. You actually. So I was on that movie too, but you got a big role in it.
I was in
so
it a
you
lot.
were. Yeah. So you were.
I worked with a lot of people on that.
Like you burned the whole fucking building down at the end of the scene, right? Like you were part of the whole
bar.
thing.
Yeah, I guess we can talk about it since it ain't ever coming out.
What was the movie?
The Long Home was the name of the movie.
The Long Home, yeah.
But the bar that we burned down was called the Honky Tonk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. So this is a full hour conversation because
the
movie that him and I were in, and he got a better role than I did, but the movie's never going to come out because James Franco quote unquote sexually assaulted a couple girls that were from Cincinnati.
No. So that's not true. I know the inside.
I'll retract my statement.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
fair enough. Yeah,
that's actually not true.
Knowledge is power, man. We're learning.
He was dating one of the girls.
Okay.
She came from L.A.
I'm okay.
Yeah, she came from L.A. He brought in this movie had it was based around like a brothel he made. He came home from the war, used his money, opened a bar called the Honky Tonk. It was a brothel. I know this. I worked on it 30 days straight. So what I'm saying holds weight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
We're learning here.
He was dating one of the girls, and to my knowledge, this specific scene there was like a big orgy sex scene in the bar. I wasn't in that scene.
Oh, okay.
But
I can see how this get misconstrued.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
But they gave the girls like a vaginal guard to cover their vagina. That was a thing. They didn't want nudity because it's harder to sell. Films with nudity, certain parts.
Yep.
And allegedly he asked her to remove the guard because it didn't look real and it was cheesy to him. So she did. Now keep in mind this was also a girl he was dating. This wasn't a stranger to him. This was a girl he was dating from his acting classes back in LA.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't just some regular
this
random
wasn't
girl.
just
This was
an
somebody
extra.
he had history with and knew.
Right.
Was in a serious,
Take that shit off.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she did. And you didn't hear any fuss about it. Me and my friend Jack actually drove those same girls to the airport when we were wrapped filming because we started helping do other parts on the movie after it was done. And we actually drove them to the airport and made sure they made their flights and everything. and it wasn't talked about or anything. You didn't know anything.
Inside
happened.
scoop, bro.
Yeah,
Inside
for
scoop,
real.
bro.
But
that's
yeah. But
Seth Rogen.
But
listen. Your buddy's not as bad as you think he is.
Well,
man.
here's
Yeah,
the thing,
bro.
though. But
media puts out a lot, man.
But you can't take away the shit he did in the past, because he did get caught messaging underage girls that were like 17 on Instagram.
Bro,
and
when
some
you're
other shit.
when you're
But
at
I'm
that
sure there's
stature,
story to that too, man.
People are throwing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spitballs at
I
the
don't-
window.
and I don't
If
know
the
the
media is
inside to that.
reporting stuff,
Yeah.
I can't confirm nor deny, because people will put anything out, even if it's yellow journalism.
Yeah.
They'll put it out because they need that clickbait.
They need it.
It doesn't even matter
Yeah.
if they're
Headline.
throwing a favorite
But
actor out.
Yeah, but-
they need to throw it out there, and he can deal with the repercussions.
Yeah, but
I'm just a name, man.
But she got mad, right? The girl
Okay.
got mad about this
Yeah.
because of her lack of pay that she only received for the movie. She didn't make much money to do it.
That's Ohio for you.
Yeah, well, no, she's from L.A., though.
No, but they filmed it here in Ohio.
Yeah, but he could have probably paid her more than what she didn't make much. But at the same time, she knew that. She still agreed to do it, you know? So you didn't hear anything about this till, I don't know, 3 or 4 years goes by, because the movie didn't come out. It sat on a shelf. They didn't do anything
Pandemic,
with it.
yeah.
And then it came out during the Me Too movement, when he had got nominated for an award.
Right.
That's when it came about. And then after that, you know, he was hot that like 2 years. He was in all these car commercials. He was in everything.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's not in almost anything. His younger brother is,
Right.
Dave Franco. He's in everything.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
producing a lot of stuff. I think Dave is.
Yeah, but you don't see James Franco in anything now.
No.
You know?
Well, him and Seth Rogen like cut
Had
ties from the whole thing.
You know, and Seth Rogen was like, that's it. I'm done with him. So I don't know. But I can say, at least on the movie set, that's what happened.
I mean,
with that film.
but the fact that you actually had a chance to speak with these girls on the way out, and they didn't.
It was just one girl. It was just one girl that made the claim.
Okay.
It wasn't a group. They were all friends from the same acting school.
Right.
That part I do know. But this girl, like I said, you know, she I think she might not have been happy that her career didn't go anywhere either, and maybe she got bitter after he stopped talking to her.
There's a lot of
factors,
innuendos, man.
Yeah.
I remember when James came out to like meet everybody like on one of the sets, and those girls flocked to him, bro. They
Like
run
crazy,
like zombies, man.
Yeah.
They're there, and they're like,
Yeah.
I fucking latch on and get a picture, bro. So like, it's really hard to decipher the fucking good from the bad when everybody's latching on to you like that, man.
Right. No, I definitely think that he got the short end of the stick, at least on that.
For sure.
And we all did.
And Vince Joliet, the
Yeah.
guy, you know, he's got a big tie here in Cincinnati. So like, hopefully, like he still brings movies in, you know, and gets the shit going, bro. Because Cincinnati's a big movie conglomerate. Like Middletown is phenomenal, bro. Like the street in Middletown is the perfect street to put in any like old school movie.
Yeah.
You know what I
like
mean?
Downtown Middletown.
Yeah,
Well, they just
bro.
filmed the one movie.
I know- yeah, I know
I
you
worked
did
on
that.
I worked on that movie for a day.
I think which one was it?
It was the J.D. Vance wrote a book.
See, son, you know what's funny? You know how I
Yeah.
know that you're legit is because I've been in a ton of movies and I'm like, I don't know the names of them because
Yeah.
they changed the name of the movie like
Yeah.
halfway through, or
So-
you're only in there for like a day or two
So
and
the-
you're like,
so
hey, this is
it-
part of a
Yeah, I mean, it's based on a true story. Make your buddy look. That's been your go-to. See what J.D. Vance's movie was in Middletown, Ohio. It was big on Netflix too.
Oh,
And I was pissed because my scene didn't even make the fucking movie.
JD Vance.
My scene got cut out of the movie. I'm not even fucking in it.
Yeah,
I
bro,
was
like
not
like
happy.
that, and that's
Yeah.
that's the thing, man.
That happens sometimes.
Of course,
That's
bro.
happened to me a couple times.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too, bro.
Hillbilly Elegy.
Hillbilly
He'll
Elegy.
be
That's it.
Elegy.
That's it.
Yeah. So I was
That movie. It's a great movie.
Okay.
It is.
It's good.
So that was Ron Howard that
Ron Howard.
filmed it.
Yeah.
I've got a photo of me and Ron Howard. So you know how like there's no cameras on set ever. Like
Yeah.
they don't let you do it, this and that. And I'm sitting there and I've got all the trailers are right there. And Ron Howard is sitting in his like Escalade And I've got the camera like this, and I've got on my outfit. I've got like my face is shaved. I look like an idiot, bro. Like exactly how they want you to look for movies. They're like, could you just shave the beard off? You're like, no, dude, this is my fucking face. Like, but that's how movies are. So like I took the photo, and you just see Ron Howard in the back, inside the Cadillac, just looking at my camera, going. You can tell he's like so pissed that I got the camera, but I'm just like, hey, there's me, like, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro. It's funny, man. Like Ohio is so good when it comes to creating movies, because there's a lot of like Paris, Kentucky.
We get the tax credits, that's why.
We get the tax credits for sure. So you can film like James Franco and Vince were saying, you can film 2 movies here for the price of 1 in LA. Yeah. But we also have like this homegrown thing where like Paris, Kentucky is so dope, dude. Like when it comes to like I was in the movie, it was either Seabiscuit or Secretariat, one of the two, but they filmed it in Paris, Kentucky, and they wanted to make it look like the 1920s. And this one strip of a town looked like the 1920s, and it was so crazy because all they did was they parked their vehicles on the streets. They put like barrels of like bourbon or whatever they were on the street corners, and then they had a little smoke coming out of the sewers. Yeah, thank you. And it was like somebody switched on a switch. It was like boom, back in the 1920s, bro. Because you look around and everyone's wearing shit from the 20s, and it's just it's the strangest thing, man. It was a click back to the past, bro.
We'll have to do a whole set on movies next time.
100%, bro.
I'll be the first to throw in the towel here. I'm getting
cool.
hungry. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in, man. This has been a great podcast. You've learned a lot about every aspect of life right now, man. We're out here covering all sorts of bases.
Talk about real shit.
Appreciate you, Garey, for stopping in, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I'll be back for sure.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you, man. We'll get you on the sports podcast. Anything else you want to talk about if you have any events going on? Now, you and I do have a shirt coming out together that we're going to create, so you can give away at all the Bengals events.
I'm gonna give away some shirts. So the only way you'll be able to get them is at the game.
Yeah, bro.
Give them away during tailgates randomly.
Awesome.
Yes, dope.
So
dope.
Cool.
All right, bro.
Yep.
Garey, I love you, dude. Thank you so much for being a part of this, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I've been a fan and a friend for a long time, so thank you for giving me 3 hours of your time to be a part of this, bro.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
man. All right, this is going to wrap up another episode of the
Yes,
podcast,
sir.
the PowWow 1043. Let's go.
Let's go. Appreciate
Hooday.
y'all. Later.
All right.
Bye.
Kurt, appreciate you coming in, man.
Thanks,
we'll see you
guys.
again in another episode.
Later.
We're out.